What's up, Young Bucks, old goats?
Hey, what's up, guys? Young
Bum.
Bucks.
What's happening?
What's going on?
fellas? We are back again. Big famous actor passed away. We're talking about him a little bit. Gene Hackman. I know Gene Hackman mostly Superman, Mr. Luthor. He was really good in Unforgiven, another movie I really enjoy. He's kind of like a villain in that movie. What are some of your favorites, Bum?
Well, not necessarily a favorite, but the first time I remember seeing him was, believe it or not, in the Poseidon Adventure, the original.
I don't even know what that is. We're going to look at his filmography in a little bit.
Wow. They did a remake about that. That's about a cruise ship that gets hit by a tsunami and flips over.
I got it. You want me to share it?
Sure.
He did. Is Burning Mississippi like a KKK movie?
That's one of my favorite movies with him and William Dafoe. It is the true story of the civil rights workers that got lost in the South. And supposedly they got lost, but then they sent the FBI out there and they found them and they were killed by the KKK out there. It's a true story.
And when did that occur?
In the 60s.
Wow, I didn't realize that's one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, that's a very good movie.
Never seen that one. That movie's like an 80s movie, right?
Yeah,
late 80s maybe. What was it, Tank?
88.
Yeah. You mentioned Unforgiven, great movie. He was in The Firm.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was also in the Royal Tenenbaums, which I really like that movie too.
Yes, that's another solid movie. Crimson Tide, very good movie.
Crimson Tide, that's some sort of Russian war movie?
Submarine. I think Denzel Washington's in it.
Okay, I get that one confused with Hunt for Red October.
Yes. So really a lot of great movies, man, that he's in. I think I liked everything he did, man. And
he had like a lot of range, you know. He was like in serious roles, good guy, sort of. I consider the Superman not comedic, but it's kind of goofy. He's like in a different type of role in that movie. Just a real pro, dude.
Yes.
And been living out of sort of that world for like, it seems like already decades.
It does. And I read that he was writing books, publishing books.
Yeah, he lived out in Phoenix, I think.
New Mexico, I think.
New Mexico, sorry. Yeah.
Hoosiers is another good one.
Oh, there you go. He's the coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you forget about shit this guy was in.
Oh, yeah, because he's in a lot of movies, man.
Is he also the coach in The Replacements?
I believe so.
But in his death, there's some suspicious kind of
activity.
Yeah, it's early on, you know. I'm sure we'll get some answers.
It all makes sense in the end.
I mean, the one explanation you told me about that, I don't know who said it, seems plausible, where he walks in, he falls, he dies, she finds him, she can't go on, she pops a bunch of pills, she forgets that the dog is in a cage, and, you know, the dog dies too, she dies, and he had already died.
Yeah, I think they came to that one because where he was in another part of the house, they call it a mud room. I had to look that up. Do you guys know what a mud room is?
I assume it's like a little room before before you get to the house where you change your shoes and stuff like that.
It's next to the
Right.
kitchen. It's like another pantry or something like that.
It's exactly what you said, Goat. It's like a little area where you take your wet clothes and shoes off. I had never heard of that. I had to look it up.
Marina
Anyway.
has a mud room in Argentina. I think it's kind of like a European kind of thing. I don't know, dude.
Anyways, he was like found there with his cane nearby and his glasses like thrown in another direction, suggesting that he fell. And then his wife was in the bathroom with a bunch of pill bottles and the pills scattered everywhere. So that's where they came up with that.
And 10 days, they're saying, could be up to 10 days that they were there.
Yeah, and a word that I heard decomposing, but I also heard the words that their hands and feet showed signs of mummification.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I guess when you start to get dried up and
Preserved?
Like
I thought you rotted. And mummification was like something that they did to you, like after you died. So you know, kind of like embalming.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you could mummify without the process if you're in the correct conditions.
I guess, right? Because that's
not,
what they said.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not a. If only we had the.
It says the
mortician. Yeah.
Yes.
It says mummification occurs when the process is stopped in its tracks, preserving the body tissues for an extended period of time.
Wow.
Maybe they didn't use the right term. Maybe I don't know.
I had never heard that, like in Finding People. Obviously, I heard it, you know, you hear about, like the Egyptians mummified people, but that was sort of like their embalming process, right? I didn't know that you could be just mummified when you died. Anyways,
I think they found mummified people in certain conditions.
All right.
I don't know, maybe cold places or something. But it doesn't seem like the right term for what happened to him. I see where you're going.
Yeah, I just always felt that was a process that had to be done, and it just wouldn't occur naturally, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you know the first thing I thought of when I heard that there was 2 other dogs running around? I had always heard that cats, like within a day or so, if you die, they're like eating you. And that dogs hold out like as long as they can, but when they have to, you know, they have to.
That I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean they have to, right? Like if they're locked
Well,
up.
yeah, no. I figure an animal, all bets are off, right?
Well,
I didn't think they even wait.
They do because the whole thing of that was like the cats don't really have that much connection as the dog, cat people tell you, I'm a fucking beast for saying it, but that the dog has, way more love and connection and he'll hold on, but eventually they won't, But then I got to thinking about some other weird ones and that like celebrity ones. So we had the old Bob Saget one was a big one. Did that ever get solved?
I don't think they ever knew why he hit his head or how he hit his head.
They just said he hit his head and then he went to bed and he died.
And never woke up.
Yeah.
Yet they couldn't find any blood anywhere. They couldn't find, exactly like the area of the room that he could have hit his head. Like they couldn't figure it.
Which was consistent, they said, with like kind of like getting hit with a bat. On the
Yes.
head. I mean, if you slip and you fall straight back in the bathroom or something like that, that could be like sort of the impact of a bat. But you would, you would think you wouldn't just go to bed. You would seek some medical attention or ice at least or something. I don't know.
Have you ever been doing something and you make a movement with a lot of force and you do like bang the shit out of your head and you're like, wow, like I could have killed myself there. It was like, because you did it full force, like
Yeah, like I've
especially
thrown myself back in some chairs, maybe thinking I'm in a different chair that has like a cushion, but I end up hitting like the back of a wall or something, for example. Yeah.
yeah. Or when you're working on something, maybe you're like, I don't know, back in the day when you were working on a car or something and you thought you had clearance and you moved up and you banged your head on like a hood or if you were underneath or something and you literally see stars.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, but man, to the point where it was bad enough that you then go to sleep and die. I mean, that's got to be pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
But that's not unusual, right? Liam Neeson, what's his last name? Neeson?
Liam Neeson from Taken?
I will find you.
That guy, his wife, they were skiing and she banged the shit out of her head. And she said, "Oh, I'll be fine. I just need to rest or whatever." And like, she ended up dying too, similar like that.
How much time after the accident did she die?
Oh, I don't remember that. But I used to, before those events, I do remember like Cubans always saying, "Oh, especially little kids,
Don't
if
go to
they
sleep.
hit their head, yeah, don't let them go to sleep."
Yeah. There was some famous jewelry maker, an Asian lady recently who was skiing and hit her head, and she died a few days later too.
Michael Schumacher hit his head skiing and became a vegetable.
Mm-hmm. That was a race car driver, right?
Yeah, Formula One driver.
Wow.
So what you guys are saying is don't go skiing.
Yep.
And these people were probably wearing helmets too.
Oh my God! Now that you think about famous skiing accidents, Sonny Bono
He died?
Cher's original husband,
Mhm.
Sonny and Cher,
I got
who
you,
then
babe.
later became a Republican congressman of all people, and he was the mayor of a California city. He killed himself skiing. He slammed into a tree.
Jesus, these people want to go skiing. I'm thinking, like between the airplane and the skiing, like I'm pretty much playing with my life there, right? I don't know. What were some other crazy Hollywood? The Natalie Wood one is crazy.
I think that one was. I think that one was like an accidental, like something that happened between those two guys, which was Walken and Wagner, I believe, the actors.
Yeah, I know Christopher Walken. I'm not sure Wagner. That was her husband, but I don't know who.
Yeah, Robert Wagner.
Actor also.
Yeah, he was in that old show Heart to Heart, and he was number one in Austin Powers. Was it number one?
Ah, okay. What's up, Anthony Manzano? What's going
What's
on, bro?
happening?
Oh, this lady, his wife was an actress. She was in The Parent Trap.
Yes.
You talking about Natalie Wood?
Yeah, Richardson.
No. Yeah, Natasha Richardson was.
She died 2 days later.
2 days later. Okay.
I'm sorry. Who was she?
Liam Neeson's wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We're all over
She
the
was
place.
attractive. She was an attractive.
Yeah,
lady.
she was good looking. She said she refused medical attention, and then 2 hours later she had like a severe headache.
Dude,
And
I
then
got some thing about the Matthew Perry thing. I don't know. I guess they see you looking at news for Gene Hackman, and they start throwing you articles from other famous people that died. I don't know if this is new news or whatever, but they said the last 3 days they had gave him 27 shots of ketamine.
Wow.
That he just kept asking for more and more until they finally,
But going back to the Natalie Wood thing, I think those guys had some type of problem. Everybody was drunk there. There may have been an
on a
affair.
boat. We're on a boat.
Yeah, and I think those guys then kind of adjusted their stories and said whatever they said.
The story was that she fell off the boat.
That in the middle of the night she got up, tried to get into a dinghy.
By all
Was
accounts,
drunk.
a woman who was super afraid of the water and could not swim.
Yes, correct.
That's what everybody said.
But I think she was drunk. And there was also talk that there was a fight there. There may have been some type of love triangle happening.
She had the hots for Christopher Walken, or he had the hots for her.
Something.
Was it
I mean,
just
she
them
was-
three on the boat?
Yes.
That's odd.
Yeah.
He doesn't really talk about that thing much. I mean, who would, right?
No, neither does the husband.
What are some other curious ones?
there was another Superman that died that had a mysterious death.
Oh, Reeves. Also Reeves, right?
Yeah,
Reeves?
George Reeves. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the story? George. We're talking about George, the original Superman, I assume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not Christopher.
Right.
Okay.
It says found dead from a gunshot wound to the head in an upstairs bedroom of his LA home. Although his death was ruled a suicide, doubts arose due to unusual circumstances at the scene. It says at the time of death, his fiancee, Lenore Lemon, was in the house with guests. According to police, Lemon strangely predicted he was going to shoot himself to the guest after he came downstairs to tell him to be quiet.
Oh, that's a really weird one. What Anthony has there, Brittany Murphy,
Mm-hmm.
that is super weird.
That one they say that had something to do with like something
The-
in the AC, and they got sick from mold, I think, or something like that.
That was a theory, but they could never prove it. They both died exactly the same way, like, I don't know, months apart.
From some sort of respiratory illness, right?
Right, but mostly from like an overdose, I think, of over-the-counter medication, trying to deal with the respiratory thing.
Pneumonia.
Yeah, I had heard that there was something up in the house.
That was a theory, but
Yeah.
I don't think it ever came out, because when they looked at her body, she had like a ton of kind of a mixture of over-the-counter medications because she was sick.
Wow. Yeah, beautiful young lady.
Yeah, great. She did a couple of good movies. Oh, and Marilyn Monroe was obviously strange.
Yeah, that was the Kennedys, right? So the conspiracy theorists will tell you, right? They were afraid she was going to blabber.
You sort of cut out, but I heard blabber.
I said that the conspiracy theorists will tell you the Kennedys had something to do with that because
Yes.
they were afraid she would blabber about the affairs.
Yes. Correct. She was a troubled person, though.
Yeah. River Phoenix was that was just basically a drug overdose in front of the Viper Room.
Yeah.
That guy had a bright future, man. He
did.
kind of went downhill his last few years, just overall, because I guess they didn't want to give him roles anymore because he was just strung out all the time. But sad. Let's see, what's Anthony say here? She died of pneumonia and apparently overdose of drug intoxication. That's the official cause of death for Brittany Murphy.
Right. But the drug intoxication supposedly was to treat all the symptoms she had from that respiratory problem that she had.
Oh, rest in peace, Violetta Wallace, Biggie's mom. She passed away since the last time we were on the air, and I just heard like today that they're going to sell his catalog for somewhere between 100 million and 150 million. I guess the estate
sounds cheap.
Yeah, I don't know, but they didn't wait too long to unload that.
Move forward. Yeah.
That's another unsolved mystery.
Yeah.
Even though there's plenty of theories about it, but it is unsolved.
The Tupac case is going to be pretty soon, I think. That one guy they had arrested last year, and they found a bunch of shit in his house.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But is that the one that's tied to a crooked cop or something?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something else I heard.
I'm not sure if there's something with that in the Biggie one, because those two are sort of relate. Yeah, they're related. But we did talk about the David Carradine. He died in Bangkok, banging his cock, from what I was told, dude. Which is kind of embarrassing. Like,
sucks. Yo.
You imagine they get a hold, oh, it's your daughter. Ma'am, we found your father. He was hanging.
He had a rope on his wanger
with
tied to the closet door.
Yeah. In Bangkok. Well, and then we parlayed that one into the guy from NXS that also died of that what is it? I can't say that thing.
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yep.
Yeah. That thing. And there's probably a ton more.
Probably.
Is there a list, Tank, that we could look at? Maybe like top 10
mysterious Hollywood deaths or something?
Or the weirdest Hollywood celebrity deaths?
Yeah, I looked it up, but it's a lot of like old, like George Reeves, then Virginia Rapé, a silent film starlet.
That's even before the bumps time. Come on, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's what it's giving me. Then it gave me Tupac, Biggie, Paul Byrne from 1932.
I thought you were going to say
Paul Byrne?
I thought you were going to say Paul Rubes.
What happened to Paul Byrne?
2 months after his marriage to Hollywood starlet Jean Harlow, Paul Byrne, an MGM producer, was found dead in his home from a gunshot wound to his head. A note was left at the scene that read, "Dearest dear, unfortunately, this is the only way to make good the frightful wrong I have done you, and to wipe out my abject humiliation. I love you, Paul. You understand that last night was only a comedy."
You know why I asked you about that, because I think that that's somehow tied to the Manson murders.
Holy cow. We're weaving a tangled web.
I think that it may have been Sharon Tate stayed at that guy's house and thought she saw her own self dead in that house or something like that.
Holy crap.
she had like, what do they call that? A premonition or an
Premonition,
apparition?
yeah. Premonition. Let me see. I think I found what you're talking about.
Those have to be the biggest celebrity deaths, murder, whatever of all time, no? The Manson murders?
Pretty up there, yeah.
I guess OJ overtook it.
The OJ saga, yeah.
Because of the way it was presented, probably, in the time, in America, and all that.
And all the things that happened, it wasn't just the murder. Then there was the chase. Then there was the trial.
Yeah, televised trial.
Yeah.
She said she saw a creepy little man. He looked like the pictures I'd seen of Byrne.
She was staying in his house.
In the house, yeah. I saw a vision of someone tied to the staircase. It might have been me. It might have been Jay. Whoever it was cut open at the throat.
She died
like that, right?
Three years later, a mile up the road, a nightmare. She and Jay both killed, both stabbed, and 3 others killed too.
And they were tied with a rope to each other.
So she foretold her own death in the same way?
Apparently, if you believe that kind of stuff.
Well, and where did she say this? In an interview or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy shit, man.
That's fucked up.
Let's see what Anthony's got to say here. The lead star for Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, yes.
Crane.
This is a very good one.
That's another unsolved mystery in Hollywood history that nobody knows what actually happened to him.
Wow, Anthony's on top of it. Now, you guys ever seen Hogan's Heroes?
No.
I know nothing. Is that
Yes, exactly.
That's all I know about it.
Well,
I know nothing.
Dude, this guy was like, actor of the day, not a bad-looking dude. He ended up going into a lot of game shows. He was always guessing in the 70s and in game shows and all that. And they found him completely like beat to death to a pulp, right? And they found out that motherfucker was filming like all of his sexual encounters. And he had this elaborate camera and video system where he would, yes, Hollywood Squares. Very good, Anthony. He was filming all these people, right? All his sexual encounters. The guy was
sexual escapades.
Yes. But he did it, a lot of it, and a lot of the equipment that he bought, which was super state-of-the-art at the time, he bought from this guy who they think is the guy who killed him.
John Henry Carpenter.
Yes.
Never trust those guys with the 3 fucking names, dude.
3 names, you're an assassin, bro.
Yeah.
You're an assassin if you got 3 names. And if you're referred to by the 3 names.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this guy was a major playboy. There's a movie that you guys know who Craig Kinnear is, I think is his name.
That sounds familiar.
He did like a movie of his life. And I'm trying to think who. Oh, and was it William Dafoe that played like the fucked up guy? I think it was called Shutter Speed or something like that.
Craig, what was the name?
Greg Kinnear.
Now, what was the equipment salesman guy's motive?
Autofocus.
Out of focus or autofocus?
Auto.
Who played his buddy?
William Dafoe, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Okay. Yeah.
His buddy is the guy who sells him the stuff?
Yes.
What was his motive for killing him?
Well, they never were able to prove that. I think they brought charges to him. They did a like a trial against him, but I think they you know, it was like a hung jury or something like that.
There's an interviewer in the movie, and his real name is Robert David Crane, and the guy is Bob Crane.
Yes,
That's crazy.
The theory is that a little bit short was the first victim for the Black Dahlia killer, but there's other theories that she was in the wrong place at the wrong time and she witnessed a mob murder. But who's
you
he
guys
talking about?
know.
Elizabeth
You guys
Short.
know.
Oh, okay.
You guys know about the Black Dahlia?
No, enlighten us.
Elizabeth Short, dude. Tank. Look up the picture of the Black Dahlia's death and how they found her.
That sounds familiar. I might have seen
Yeah,
this.
I've heard this, but tell us what it is for the uninitiated.
Well, it's one of the unsolved mysteries of early Hollywood. They don't know who really killed her.
Well, it's
She
on
was
the
found-
it's on the FBI website.
Yes.
All right, but give us a little background.
I mean, from what I remember is, I mean, the horrific thing about the whole thing is the way they found her and how brutally she was murdered. But there's all kinds of theories there. It's all over the place.
I'm gonna read the thing.
Yeah, you gotta show the pictures though.
Yeah, I gotta look for it. A mother taking her child for a walk in LA neighborhood stumbled upon a gruesome sight: the body of a young naked woman sliced clean in half at the waist. The body was just a few feet from the sidewalk and posed in such a way that the mother reportedly thought it was a mannequin at first glance. Despite the extensive mutilation and cuts on the body, there wasn't a drop of blood at the scene, indicating that the young woman had been killed elsewhere. Let me see if I can pull it up.
What do they call her? The Black Dahlia?
I think it was her hair. And at the time, they didn't know who she was. So the press, I think, like named her that. You know, back then they would like a story. They would always like to give like names to the
Like the Green River killer.
All right, is that it on the Black Dahlia, or we're getting a picture?
I'm trying to find the picture. I can't find it.
All right, well, if you get it, we'll pull it up later. Okay, Anthony's mentioned this one a couple times. Do you know anything about this one, Bum? The disappearance of Thelma Todd?
Is that the one that disappeared in a building and was found in the water tank? I'm not sure if that's the one.
I'm not familiar with Thelma Todd. He does tell us, no, she was famous for wearing very dark black dresses for auditions.
That's the Black Dahlia. She would wear a lot
Dahlia.
of black clothes, and then there was a movie called Blue Dahlia, I think, at the time it said.
What about Thelma Todd?
Thelma Todd.
Thelma. Not to be confused with Elmer Fudd.
Another actress.
The ice cream blonde and the hot toddy. Huh?
She was found dead. It says her death was carbon monoxide poisoning. However, it is unknown if she was murdered or it was suicide.
By the way, they ruled that out in the Gene Hackman situation.
I know. I saw that. That was everybody's kind of leading.
Yeah, which was like his daughter and family, I think, were thinking it was that. I'm trying to think some other. Of course, we have a lot of that are drug, like Prince and Michael Jackson, but those are not really that mysterious. We kind of know,
Right,
what happened. Those.
I guess Jimmy Hoffa. They never found him.
Yeah. I think we know what happened to him, though.
Yeah, we just don't know where he's at.
Yeah, I have the picture.
They say he's like in the stadium, cement.
He's in the end zone of Giant Stadium.
I'm
Mhm.
sharing the pic, Randy.
All right.
I could see why they thought it was a mannequin.
Oh, hold on. I got a better one now.
Dude, that
Fucked
like
up.
that's not even Jesus, dude. And you could buy it for $375.
Oh wow, that's a bargain.
Who killed William Desmond Tyler? Do we know who William Desmond Tyler is?
William Desmond Tyler. All right, now he's going really deep cover now.
1910s.
Oh, dude.
William Desmond Taylor.
Who is that guy? Hollywood?
Another film actor director killed in his home. The popular actor Fatty Arbuckle was also accused of murder.
Fuck, Fatty Arbuckle, dude.
Oh man,
What a name.
right? And his real name was almost worse, Roscoe Arbuckle.
I'm assuming he had a bit of a weight issue.
Oh yeah,
But back in the day, they just used to give you those fucking names, dude. If you were fat, you were Fatty or Fats,
Yeah.
Fats Malone or whatever.
yeah.
El Flaco, El Gordo, La Flaca. Now you can't do that shit no more.
Negro.
El Negro.
How about Sal Mineo?
El Viejo. Who's that?
Do you remember in The
Do you
Exorcist?
remember the time? Sorry, go ahead.
In The Exorcist, the old freaking detective who goes and interviews the priest,
Yes.
and he tells him, "Father, you look like Sal Mineo." Sal Mineo. What's that?
The boxer?
Well, Sal Mineo was an actor who
Okay.
I believe died mysteriously. He was stabbed to death and nobody was ever found why or who did it. If you look at Sal Mineo, he does look like the guy who played Father Karras in The Exorcist.
Okay, so Black Dahlia killings. There was several of these people chopped in half.
That I don't know.
If I remember clearly, I think they tried to link it to some other deaths that were happening, but I don't know if that was ever really done conclusively.
What about Betty White's death?
On a Snickers bar, right?
Too soon. Yeah.
Seriously?
No.
Oh. That stuff will kill you.
Look up Sal Mineo.
All right. Kind of looks like Elvis.
That's probably his young picture.
Yeah. He was in The Greatest Story Ever Told.
Yeah. He also was this. He also played Gene Krupa in a movie.
In the Gene Krupa story.
Yes, one of the great drummers of all time, Gene Krupa.
There was a little bit of mystery around Princess dying
Yes.
with the cars, car chase. But nowadays, I mean, even though that one was a while back,
Nowadays, everything is a mystery.
everything is a conspiracy.
Yes.
Okay, I got a good list now with some of these stuff this guy's saying.
All
Johnny Stompanato, reputed mobster. fuck this is saying? Well, it's not a mystery.
Jesus.
Yeah, Princess Diana is here too. Although she
looking
was
at the
attempting
top-
to live her life as normal as she could, she expressed fears that she'd be murdered.
Wow. I'm looking at the top 14, and we've touched on a few of them.
Yeah.
Jill
Natalie,
Dando. You guys know Jill Dando?
who?
Jill Dando, a British journalist.
No, I'm not familiar with him.
Was killed by a single gunshot wound to the head on April 26, 1999. May well be the UK's most famous unsolved murder. A convicted sex offender, Barry George, was tried for Dando's murder, but acquitted because the forensic evidence, gun residue on his person, used against him was discredited. If it wasn't George, who was it? Looks like it was just a bad lawyer.
Yeah, I think we've covered the main.
Bonnie Lee Bakley.
Oh, that's the guy. That's the one that Robert Blake killed. That was Beretta, his wife. He killed her.
Yeah, but that one's not a mystery, is it?
Well,
He was tried and acquitted,
yes.
So was OJ.
Exactly.
but later held liable in civil suit. Without Blake's
Brittany
confession,
Murphy.
all we can surmise from this is that Blake isn't guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Hey, what was that old guy recently that they did his name was Murda. They did a show on him.
The Murdaugh murders.
Yeah.
What
Remember
about
that
him?
one? What was the story on that?
Oh, the lawyer?
Yeah,
that what it was?
yeah, the lawyer
He was
Yeah,
not a
he
he was not a celebrity though.
No, he was
in
a-
his town.
Yeah, he was like him and his father and his family before them. They were all like lawyers. I think it was in North Carolina, Tank, or
Something like that, yeah.
or South Carolina. They were like a well-known lawyer family for generations, and he ended up killing his wife and his son. Right?
Yeah.
But what was it? The neighbor that came around asking questions later? Was that him too? Chopped them up. Am I confusing my?
That I don't remember.
I thought he like his neighbor came around like suspecting stuff, and he chopped him up too.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
No, his he did kill the like nanny or something. He like pushed her down some stairs
Oh yeah, later
because she found his pills or whatever.
Yeah, later when they were trying him for the murder, they went back and there was like a mysterious
Death.
they
Yeah.
saw death of his housekeeper or something like that. And another issue where one of his kids got into a speedboat accident and may have killed.
Yes. They like lost one of the girls in the water.
Yes.
She like fell overboard or something like that. Yeah.
Don't
And
go skiing and don't go on boats. Is what
he like covered it up.
Oh, I don't remember this being a mystery. Anna Nicole Smith? Is that a mystery?
No, I think she was an overdose.
Yeah, I think she OD'd.
There was another one
Heath
here on this
Ledger?
list. Ronnie Chasen.
Heath Ledger was kind of found dead in his sleep or in bed, and I don't remember the official verdict. Was that an OD also?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Lee was pretty strange.
Yeah.
What about Brandon Lee?
Brandon Lee.
It was strange as well. The Bruce Lee, what I remember, and it was weird. They said he had like a headache, and he went to this actress's house who was like friends with him, and he wanted to lay down, and she gave him like
Codeine or something.
Yeah, like which is basically like a Tylenol or some shit, right?
Right,
Or
but
an aspirin, and it made his head
swell.
into his
His brain.
cranium, and that was I think that was like the official story, but there was always like conspiracies that like Chinese mafia or something.
Yeah, the mafia. I'm not laughing at his death, but I'm just thinking something. And one thing about this show today I've learned is, man, headaches could be pretty deadly. It's a lot of people that got a headache and died.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's too bad Tua's not watching the show. Yeah, it was, but it was weird. It wasn't Anthony. I don't think it was foul play. It was just, it's a weird situation. But yeah, it's basically
A freak accident.
like the Rust thing, basically. Something like that.
Well, no, in the Rust, they actually put a real bullet in a gun. I think in the Brandon Lee, they used a blank that had too much powder that launched like a projectile or something in the barrel, something like that.
What I think was with the Bruce Lee's that they had Brandon Lee, I'm sorry, they had fired a blank and the casing had become lodged.
Yes.
And then the next shot, which was also a blank, but this lodged and projected that casing, and it hit like a vital thing and it killed him.
Yes, exactly. Wow. And did you ever see the Bruce Lee movie?
What link do you want, bro? Which is the Bruce Lee movie?
The one about his life, and it talks about like he was cursed.
Like, is that like a documentary or?
It was a movie with I don't know the actor that played him, but it was a movie. I think it was called Dragon or something like that.
I don't think I've seen that one.
And it really delves into that. Supposedly their family had a curse, some type of Asian curse that.
Anthony, there's a link on the in the description. You can try that if you want to come on with us. If that doesn't work, let me know. No, Bum, when did that come out?
I'd have to look it up.
Is that
I'm
a
gonna
recent?
say maybe early 2000s.
Bruce Lee movie?
Dragon something.
I saw a documentary. They did like a 30 for 30 on him a couple years ago. Hey, we got Anthony Manzano here with us.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey Anthony, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, no,
Hey, how you doing?
the Bruce Lee to me is a little bit suspicious, but I agree with you. Maybe what people forget, the Chinese movies in China are funded by the Triad over in China. That's what people like. It's like the mafia. Remember in the in the 70s, the only way the Godfather was made is if the mafia approved. Like mafia people were involved in funding that movie. That's what people forget about the Godfather. A lot of big mobsters got involved funding backstage. So
Definitely they were consulted on a lot of the stuff they did too.
Yeah, no, and well, I agree with the Natalie Wood one is a little bit suspicious, and I agree with you. It's a little bit weird that both her husband and possibly her lover was on that boat together.
Yeah, I agree.
That's kind of that's a little bit weird to me.
Yeah, I think there was like some type of love triangle there.
It's fucking Hollywood, dude.
Yeah, no, yeah, and to me the Princess Diana thing to me is irresponsible paparazzi. Her driver was speeding away from paparazzi chasing her, and they lost control. So to me, that one is not as suspicious. It's as straightforward to me as possible. That one is straightforward because if it wasn't for those paparazzi chasing her, that car wouldn't have lost control. But people actually believe that maybe she was having an affair with the guy that was in the car with her or whatever.
Oh
The-
wow, never heard that one.
The guy who was in the car with her was that was not her boyfriend?
No, she was married to Prince Charles.
She was at the time? No.
Yeah, no, that was Prince Charles that's Prince Charles' first wife.
Yes, but at the time she was not married to him. They were divorced
No.
already, right?
I think so.
No, I think they were married.
When
They believed
You're saying
the accident was
she was
caused.
having an affair?
Yeah, they believed she was having an affair.
Now they were divorced already. She
Yeah,
died
yeah.
in 97 and they divorced in 96.
Oh no, I thought they were separated, but not divorced. Is there a difference? I've always assumed they were the same thing. It's separated and divorced.
There is a difference for sure, but I was under the impression that they were divorced and that was her like new sort of
Boyfriend.
fling or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why the paparazzi was, after him.
No, but people believed during her marriage she was
Oh,
having
that she
an affair.
was cheating. Got
She
it.
Well, that could be. Yeah, that could be.
Yeah.
And to the Thelma Todd one, they actually believe she was a famous comedian and actress in the silent movie era. Her disappearance, she disappeared she was driving out of her house, and all of a sudden her car, they find her car on the edge of a cliff out of nowhere. The lady was known to be a responsible driver, and all of a sudden she just runs out of a cliff, and they found there was like, what's it called? People tampered. Her brake lines were cut or whatever, but
She literally drove off a cliff, is what they're saying.
yeah,
Wow.
that's where that movie the Thelma and Louise movie came out of.
The ending.
It was inspired by that part of the story that the car went off the cliff.
Oh, it's a spoiler. I haven't seen that one.
You've never watched Thelma and Louise?
No.
That's a great movie.
He's never seen Superman, bro. So
The original? You never seen honestly, I don't know the obsession. That movie was good, but it's not as great as I understand it was the first time people saw a person fly, but it's not the movie wasn't as great as people. I hope I'm not offending old school Superman fans that the movie is not.
No. But it just kind of has its place, I think, because it's like kind of like all the shit we have today, which is an overdose of it, probably. People.
To me, this is what I can't stand. Superman is the one that has the most issues with this, where old school Superman fans can't stand that there's another person playing a new actor playing Superman, and Batman has had the same amount of actors play them, and you don't see Batman fans complaining and stuff like that. Why is there you guys are Superman fans? Why do you think that is? That there's more issues with Superman changing actors than there is for Batman?
I'm not sure. Batman seems to change even way more than Superman. I mean, even
because I know what he says though. Like it seems like people are more dissatisfied with whoever plays Superman.
Yeah, no, and the perfect example of this, after Henry Cavill, they're attacking the new Cavill, like Zack Snyder fans who were never comic book fans together from the beginning, are upset that they never finished the Henry Cavill Superman movies, and they're playing. They want this movie to fail. They're a lot of people are going to review bomb this movie.
I do think that we've had some pretty good Batmans. I don't know if that has something to do with it.
Yeah,
do
you guys like Michael Keaton, or do you think Michael?
I like Keaton for the time. For the time of that movie, which we're talking.
What was your opinion on George Clooney's Superman?
The suit was awesome.
You mean Batman?
Batman.
That's the nip suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and for me, if it wasn't, I kind of wish there was a. I think his movies wouldn't be as much of a joke as it is now if it wasn't for the guy who directed that movie. If it wasn't, if another person, if he had a more serious version of Batman, I think that movie wouldn't be a joke. Do you guys agree?
Was that Tim Burton?
No, that was Joe Schumacher.
Okay, Tim Burton was just the first two of those original.
No, Tim Burton was the one with Brandon Routh.
Who's Brandon Routh? Hold on. I thought Tim Burton did the first one with Keaton, right?
Yeah, then he came back for the Brown return. Superman Returns. That's Brandon Routh.
I think for Batman, this guy who did the Dark Knight trilogy is the fucking best. For sure.
Did you like that movie, the Batman with Matt Reeves, or not really?
Which is the Batman with Matt Reeves?
The one with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I haven't seen that one, dude. A lot of people told me good things about that, though.
Yeah, no, and I like how they portrayed the Riddler. People are mad how they portrayed the Riddler, but I see where he was going with it. He was basing it off serial killers like Ed Gein and stuff like that. Those type of serial killers. That's what his influence was for that movie.
And sort of like on that note, did you like the Joker with Phoenix?
I liked the first one, but the second one was too much for me, and it gave me too much headaches.
I got a list of the Razzies. The Oscars are coming up on Sunday. I got a list of the Razzies, or maybe you can put them up, Tank, and that's on there. The part 2.
The Razzies.
I never saw it.
Yeah,
it's a joke version of the Oscars, almost.
Yeah, it's
right?
basically the worst instead of
the worst movies of the year.
I didn't see the second Joker. I heard it was a musical.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it I don't know if it won a Razzie or was nominated. I know Coppola won for the Megalopolis. Has anybody seen that?
That movie was a complete disaster.
Yeah, not even worth watching.
No.
Oh wow!
Like I'll say the first half was great, but the second half is where it lost me.
That sucks when a movie starts strong and then just fucking.
It's never the other way around. It's never the movie's horrible in the start, but gets better as the movie goes on. That never happens. It's always the movie's better in the start of the movie. The ending is crap.
Yeah, there's a lot of those. Yeah, I haven't seen too many start.
Have you seen The Crow, the remake for The Crow?
No.
It's a waste of time because I said this when that movie came. They announced that movie, the remake for that movie. That movie was created at a time when the height of the grunge era was happening with like Nirvana and all those groups.
Yeah.
So a movie like that couldn't have been successful because the remake wouldn't have been successful because that movie was, and the aesthetics of that movie was based on the era it came out. Do you guys agree?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Absolutely.
I got the Razzies list here.
All right, let's look at the Razzies.
Worst. Well, here I'll share it. So.
All right.
Worst picture was Madam Web.
What was it called? Was Craven on that list?
No.
You got the nominees here? Oh, this is just the winners. Okay.
Yeah. Then for worst actress, we got Dakota Johnson and Madam Web also.
I don't blame Dakota for that. Like, she did the best she could. The movie was horrendously written. So Dakota did the best she could, and then they just give her that worst actress because she tried to do the best she could. Do you guys find that unfair that they blame her for the disaster that movie was?
I can't really comment. I didn't watch that.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of these movies actually.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, Last Showgirl Redeemer Award. Worst actor, Jerry Seinfeld and Unfrosted.
John Voight.
He must be pissed. Fucking Seinfeld.
Yeah, hell yeah. John Voight, worst supporting actor.
Dude, they have him like in multiple movies.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in Fantastic Four.
People are excited about that.
Who is he? John Voight.
John Voight is very.
They're saying he might be playing Reed and Sue's father.
And he's actually Angelina Jolie's father in real
Oh,
life.
he's the guy from Holes.
Lady Gaga for Joker.
What would you say John Voight's quintessential roles are?
What I remember, I think wasn't he in Con Air?
I remember Nick Cage from that.
Yeah.
He's the Pope. He's John
What?
Paul II.
In what movie?
John Paul II.
Oh, okay.
Because
I always
his
remember him like a
two-
presidential type of guy. I don't know what movie I'm thinking of.
his two most famous movies, and I think he won Oscars for them,
Okay,
were
well,
back in the 70s, Midnight
Shawshank.
Cowboy and Coming Home, I think.
Midnight Cowboy.
Very good movie.
What is Midnight Cowboy? Remind me on that one.
It's with Dustin Hoffman, and he plays a guy who leaves like a small town in Oklahoma or something and goes to Hollywood to try to become a male prostitute.
Oh, Jesus.
So it was Magic Mike before Magic Mike.
Or Deuce Bigelow.
What's the one where
Yeah.
the guy goes to the Turkish prison?
Oh, that's Midnight Express.
Oh, that's what I got confused. That's fucking horrifying, that movie.
He was
that
also
is.
an Enemy of the State with Gene Hackman.
Yes, he was.
Maybe that's where I'm thinking of his presidential thing.
He was also in
He was
Anaconda.
in Anaconda. That was terrible. There's
That was to get a
scene
payday.
a scene there, Nick and I, when we saw the movie, just always remember. Like he gets
Was John Voight ever like, you know how Wesley Snipes was like super popular in the 90s? That's why he was able to get the Blade movies done. Was John Voight like that at any point in his career where he was able to get movies done because he was popular at one point? Like super.
Yeah, definitely. He's made a lot of movies, definitely for sure. And yes, his popularity was more, I think, in the 70s than later.
No, that's what I'm saying. So was he
Yeah.
was he like a Wesley Snipes where he could get a crappy movie, like he had that much power, like where he can make a movie that he wanted, like Wesley Snipes did with Blade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He came back as
probably
Blade,
so.
right? In a recent one?
Yeah. In the last Deadpool movie, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. And there in the bottom, you got Amy Schumer, worst supporting actress. And then worst screen. What does that say? Worst
Screen combo. Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix.
Joker, Folly Ado, and worst prequel, remake, ripoff, or sequel.
Yeah, no, for Joker Folie à Deux, I get what they were trying to do and stuff like that, but it was executed horribly and stuff like that.
No, they had like some good
There was good portions of the movie, but it wasn't consistent and stuff like that. There was moments in the movie, but it wasn't consistent enough to where the overall movie was good.
Well, you rarely get a sequel that can even
The only
Adds up
movie,
to the
the
original.
only sequel I can remember that did as good as the original was Godfather 2.
Yeah, we've talked about this in the past. Rocky
Dark
2.
Knight. Dark Knight.
Rocky and Rocky 2.
I wouldn't say Rocky 2.
Toy Story 2.
Jaws 2.
The people say don't even bring Jaws 2 up.
Oh, Aliens.
If you don't like Jaws 2, go watch Jaws 3.
Aliens was pretty good.
Some say they're better than the original, right?
Some say.
But they're far and few between.
Did you guys ever watch the movie Cocaine Cowboys?
Yes.
We lived that.
Yes.
Oh, I forget. I'm probably the youngest on the panel. I'm in my early 30s.
I got you beat.
Yeah.
Huh?
I got you beat. I'm 28.
Tank only looks like he's 50, but he's not.
Okay.
Terminator 2.
Yes.
That's probably better than the original.
Yes. Did Godfather 2 win Best Picture?
I believe
I think so.
They're the only sequels to win original and the sequel to win Best Picture.
Did you like the movie Blade Runner?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you like the remake or not really?
Yes.
It was
2049.
I did. I enjoyed it.
Top Gun Maverick I heard was pretty good.
It was better. I think Maverick was way better than the original.
I haven't seen either.
I haven't seen the more recent one.
What else? Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, some will say Empire Strikes Back was better than the first Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Those are pretty good.
Are you guys for Star Wars? Are you guys sequel or prequel fan? I mean, original trilogy or prequel or sequel?
Oh, I'm after Disney took over.
How about the two older guys?
I am happy whenever there's a Star Wars movie, but if I have to rank them, yeah, the original trilogy for sure. And I don't hate the prequels. I never did really. And then
Were you one of the few fans that were trying? Did you understand where he was trying to go with it? Like,
yeah, I I think they went too much love story, not enough into developing.
what screwed up that
Vader.
movie? What I heard, what screwed up that movie is when George Lucas made Luke and Leia kiss, and they were brother and sister or whatever.
Yeah, it was pretty racy.
Do you guys hate the sequels as much as people like?
I know the bum does.
Well, I like the original trilogy, and I used to not like the prequels as much, but after they put out the recent Disney movies, they made the prequels a lot better. I think the Disney movies suck.
Oh,
The Clone Wars cartoon is probably better than the prequels.
yeah, no. For me, I like the original trilogy, even though I'm way too young. I was never. I'm iffy with the there was good movies in the prequel trilogy, bad movies in the prequel trilogies. So I'm 50-50 with that. And since I grew up with a sequel, I think sequels for me are number 2. The sequel trilogy are number 2, but Rise of Skywalker screwed that up, and I don't understand why they had to make Rey a Skywalker. Really, they should have just created her to have her be her own person instead of attaching her to Palpatine or the Skywalkers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think all the Disney Star Wars stuff that has to tie everything into like, oh my God, this is the cousin.
They want to copy Marvel. That's what it is. That's what hurt them.
Everything is tied in. Oh, this is the guy that one time appeared in the background, and look, now he's here. Or these are the little dice that were hanging on the Millennium Falcon. Like they try to tie everything. Just make good shit. You don't have to. It doesn't all have to tie in. It's a galaxy. There's so many different planets and people and species.
Yeah, no, and that's what fans say. Like old school Star Wars fans, they're getting tired of hearing about the Skywalkers. They want to move on.
Yeah, there's so much other stuff that they could explore.
I want to see the Donna. I want to see that James Mangold thing, Dawn of the Jedi.
Is that one of the next movies?
It's going to be one of the next trilogies because what that movie is, what they're saying, the theory to those movies is it's 10,000 years before 10,000 to 20,000 years before the what is it called, the original trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be before what's it called, it's gonna be before the Old Republic,
which would put it in the timeline after that new show that they did that bombed.
No! I thought the Old Republic is before the trilogy, the original trilogy, or is that after?
Yeah, it says 25,000 years before A New Hope.
Yeah, that's way back. I don't know how far the Acolyte went, but I didn't even fucking finish seeing that shit, to be honest with you. But if you watch the original trilogy right now, like there's some shit in there that's pretty cheesy too, like in some of those movies. Like we also get pretty spoiled and pretty picky. Where you fuck it up is with the story, but like so
you're the more realistic. You're one of the more realistic Star Wars fans. You don't hate the prequels as much as people hate them.
I don't hate them at all. Jar Jar Binks is kind of annoying, Not gonna lie.
Jar Jar to me is hilarious. Every time but I agree with you. Every time I see him, I'm like, I want this guy to get killed. I want him to get killed.
Yeah, they could have done that.
Was he so popular that's why they couldn't kill him?
Well, there was a theory that
he was Palpatine,
that he was going to be a Sith.
Yeah.
And that like there was so much backlash and shit that he like Lucas backed out of it. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but that was a theory.
How different would the sequels have played out if like Qui-Gon or Mace would be alive? Like do you think the sequel trilogy would play out a little bit differently if Mace or Qui-Gon are alive?
Oh yeah, for sure, because those are like two of
Yeah,
the stronger Jedis.
I think those were two good characters that died way before they should have, but I guess it was necessary.
And Darth Maul too. I mean, even though he came back in the animated series and stuff, he was pretty badass.
I'm never a big fan of Yoda. Like, I understand why people like Yoda, but I'm not a big fan. Like, of the Jedi Council, Mace was my favorite because him and Qui-Gon are people who understood there's no such thing as good or evil. Like, when it came to the Force, there was no such thing as good or evil. Like, it's the intent of the user.
Well, Mace Windu had a purple lightsaber, and there's like a story behind that where like he was able to combine a little bit of the dark side with the good and carry out his attacks in that fashion. And then Qui-Gon was also a guy that like was kind of like a rebel. He understood what he was supposed to do, but he didn't always do it that way. Even training Anakin was, part of that,
Yeah. No, and I'm gonna
and Obi-Wan had a little bit of that too.
Yeah, I'm a Harry Potter fan. I'm gonna use a character. I compare Qui-Gon and Mace to like a guy like Dumbledore. They're guys right down the middle. They don't believe in good or evil. It's the intent of the person who's using the object that makes the object that you're using evil or good and
And
stuff
there's
like
gonna
that.
be there's gonna be a new Dumbledore now.
Yeah, it's cool. My God, I forgot who the. Oh, it's my God, not John Voight. Lithgow.
Yeah,
John
that guy.
Lithgow.
Yeah, that guy. Hey, let me shift gears for a second, guys. We were talking about the unsolved cases and things. This case has been solved, but did anybody catch the Gabby Petito Netflix thing?
I have not. Is it good?
Yeah,
The parents knew. The parents knew the whole time.
Yeah,
Is that the one that the boyfriend Brian killed her?
Yeah, Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, but that came out recently.
Yes, that came out recently. It's like a documentary.
Because they had another one a little while ago when it was happening.
Yeah, this one just came out like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And they interview like some friends.
It's called The Lost Tapes of Gabby Petito or something like that, right?
It's called American Murder Mystery or something, which I think is, or something like that. It's like a series that they did somebody else.
Oh, docuseries. I see. I saw it. Like, it's sickening that the parents knew the whole time. Like, I understand they're trying to protect their son, but if you knew your son murdered someone, why?
The biggest takeaways I got from the show, because when it came out, we were talking about that at least for a couple episodes or whatever around the time that it was happening.
Yeah.
One, like his mother wrote him a letter that they got a hold of. It was the letter was titled "Burn After Reading," but somehow he didn't burn it. I think it was found in his stuff. And in part of that letter, she's like, "If there's a body to bury, I'll go help you bury," and shit like that. And it's like, holy shit, man. I know moms love their kids and stuff, but Jesus, dude.
And I'm trying to figure out what led to this. Like, did the parents hate each other or something, or this guy was just crazy?
The dude was off, obviously. The girl went to live there, and at first they make it seem that everything was cool. And then, they share like text messages on the show that they had. And like at some point, like the mom and dad start acting a little bit weird towards her and she doesn't feel welcome. And then he kind of becomes like over possessive of her. And that's when they end up going on the trip, when he kind of feels like she's hanging around with a bunch of other people and not him. And like he kind of takes her away to be, to have her all to himself, I guess. And there wasn't a lot of new information. One thing that was interesting was during the trip, she called an ex-boyfriend of hers, and she was telling him, I got to find a way to get out of this, and I'm gonna leave him, and I'm gonna, I just got to figure out how to do it. And then she calls him like the day before that either the day that she dies or the day before she dies, but he's not able to answer because he's at work. And then that's what happened. What nobody clears up is, did he kill her because she told him that she was leaving him, or did she just fucking get on his nerves so badly that, he fucking went berserk and killed her? He wrote in his diary,
I think it's a hybrid,
that she fell and she was in agony and freezing, and he killed her to put her out of her misery. That's what he said.
What a nice guy.
Nobody fucking.
I don't believe that crap. For me, it's a hybrid of both. Maybe she was annoying him, but the guy, like you said, the guy's a little bit weird. Like, and the parents are weird too. Like, to be honest, the parents are a little bit off too. Do you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Well, that letter that mother wrote, that's super effed up.
Hey, Anthony, where are you calling in from?
I'm calling from the Keys.
Oh, okay. You're local. I see you got like a hunting picture there. You do hunting?
No, I was forced to take That's when I was young. My brother made me do that picture. I have no choice. I have to listen to everything my older brother says.
What do you got there? Is that a whitetail here in
Deer?
Florida?
Yeah. If that was up north, the deers would be way bigger.
Yeah, I do a little hunting. What key are you in?
I'm in Big Pine. I'm closer to Key West than I am to Miami or Key Largo and stuff like that.
You grew up over there?
No, I actually grew up in Miami.
Oh, okay.
I moved to the West Coast. We come down here for vacation and stuff like that.
Oh, so you're not living there. You're on vacation right now?
No, we have a house here. We have a vacation home here.
But you're from West Coast of Florida.
Yeah. I'm from Sarasota.
Oh, okay, cool.
The Tampa area. Where are you guys from?
I'm in Homestead.
Oh, you're on Homestead. Are you Are you near where? Are you near the Homestead Highline? That around that area?
You know, that's funny. That's funny. I have Highlight on my list of things because they're thinking of shutting it down. Are you talking about Miami Highlight? I don't know any Homestead Highlight.
Oh no, my mistake. Are you near Homestead the high school?
No, I'm in Redland. I don't know if you know Redland area.
Oh, the Redlands area where all the farmland is?
Yeah.
Okay, I know where you are.
I used to live by Homestead High. I used to live in Homestead. I just moved up towards Cocoa Beach now.
Yeah. Where I lived in Miami, I lived near like Gloria Floyd, that area, near that area where the McDonald's on 117th is. If you guys know where that is, going up towards, going towards Miami, the Falls.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
That's where around that area. That's where I lived.
That's like South Miami. Is that like South Miami?
Yeah, South.
The Falls.
Yeah.
The Falls is like Palmetto Bay.
Yeah, Palmetto Bay. And I went to Killian.
Oh, you went to Killian? Nice. I went to Southridge.
Oh, you're Southridge?
Yeah.
Hialeah High.
You bum?
He's Hialeah High, but like
yeah, I'm Hialeah High too.
Back in the early days, he founded it.
1886.
Is Hialeah High the oldest high school in Miami?
No, it can't be, right?
Probably Miami High, right?
Yeah.
I know Palmetto. I think Killian was like 69.
Bum, you graduated in 86?
I did.
Dude, I know Hialeah High is older than that because fucking Charlie Huff went to Hialeah High.
Is that the year that the Dolphins went to the Super Bowl? With Marino or no?
That was the year after.
Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
86 was
Why do you bring that up?
86 was the first. I think that was the first or third championship for the 49ers in the 80s.
And I think the Challenger was exploding around that time.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
Definitely that.
Speaking of that, I think Katy Perry is supposed to go on Jeff Bezos.
I have that on my list of stuff. Yeah, they're gonna shoot her ass into space with his wife.
Oh,
also.
Wow. That's risky.
And one of these talk show chicks. I don't remember what her name is.
Whoopi Goldberg?
No. Another not Wendy.
Oprah.
She had a show with Charles Barkley for a little while. This lady, I think. I remember.
I know who you're talking about. She works for. She's a sideline reporter.
No.
Gail King.
The one that the bum just said. Yeah, that one.
Gail King.
Yeah, they're gonna shoot those three into space along with some other people.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's hope what happened to not the Challenger, that submarine that exploded recently.
There's a
Ocean
documentary on that shit too now.
The Titan.
Yeah, is it Ocean Gate?
Yeah, Ocean Gate.
Gate.
Isn't it funny that it's called Ocean Gate and like all the fucking things are like something gate, water gate, this gate,
Pizzagate.
yeah, Spy Gate, Deflate Gate. There's a doc on
Tom
that.
Brady Gate.
Yeah,
It's fun. Do you guys actually believe Tom that he didn't know that they were deflating the balls, or do you think that's bullshit?
dude,
Bullshit.
come on. He was deflate. He was there.
He was back there.
That's why. No, he had the guy, dude. That's why he destroyed his phone because there's text messages. The guy, they would call the guy the deflator. That was like the name they used for this equipment manager guy. And then he was always asking Tom for like, hey, autographed jersey, autographed cleats, whatever. Come on.
No, I'm. They're saying Tom didn't know anything about Spygate either.
Well,
do you think that's more plausible that Tom?
I would buy more, and I don't buy it, but I would buy more that he didn't know about Spygate than he didn't know about Deflategate, because Deflategate, like, if he doesn't know about
it, helped him.
He gets the balls, and he's like, "Why are these balls deflated?" Well, we know why they're deflated because you asked for them to be deflated. Spygate, maybe he didn't know, but he definitely benefited from it.
And what about
no for Tom for Deflategate, Tom, I can understand why Tom would ask for that, but I don't condone why he did it. But I can understand why, because has the smallest hands of the I think he has like 7-inch hands or something like that. They're very small, so he had to deflate the balls to be able to hold it correctly in cold weather and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, it makes sense why he would do it for sure.
So while I don't condone, I understand why he did it.
Yeah, I guy's a piece of shit.
Whose dog is that?
That's me. That's one of my dogs back there. Yeah, Tom's a whole nother fucking situation with me. Don't get me started.
Yeah. I'm still, honestly, for me, I live in Florida, and I don't understand the necessity in South Florida to have a fireplace in your house. It doesn't get below 65 degrees.
But why are you bringing that up?
I can see
the bum's fireplace. Dude.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, this guy, dude, don't even get us started on this guy's house, man.
But he has a piano. He doesn't even know how to play the piano either.
No, but it does get cold up here. It gets cold in Sarasota, no?
No, I can understand having it in Southwest Florida and the Panhandle, but South Florida, where it barely gets below 65 degrees, fireplace.
I have one here. I use it as a novelty once a year. But
yeah, houses in Sarasota, like, it's more I don't think it is common down where you guys live, but once you get up towards like Fort Myers, Sarasota, Tampa, going up to the Panhandle, you see more houses built with fireplaces because you're right next to Georgia, getting close to Georgia and stuff like that. In South Carolina, where it gets below 35 degrees and stuff like that. Here in Sarasota during the winter, sometimes you get to 25 degrees.
Yeah, I don't know. In this, where I live, almost all the houses have them, and I always wonder why. The only thing I can think of is they're older houses, and I guess at that time there wasn't central heating, probably. And
yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah. Central. Yeah. Maybe that's what your house must have been built in the like 30 or. If those houses in South Florida have fireplaces, it must have been in the 30s or something.
Yeah,
and
mine is
I agree.
like 69, I think, but
mine's is pretty new.
And you have a fireplace and it's pretty new. Oh, Jesus.
Well, it's just for decoration, you know.
Do you actually use it?
Nah, I end up playing the piano more.
You know what I don't understand more than a fireplace here in Florida? a fake fireplace. You ever seen those that people have like the fake fireplace in their house?
And the houses that we build over here, they put them in.
That's ridiculous.
Fake.
Yeah, you know,
they
like,
had the. I know the ones you're talking about. That
ones.
are you talking about like the ones that look like a furnace, kind of?
well, there's those, and then there's people that'll have like the mantle built over the wall. You know, and then sometimes they'll have one of those that's made out of gas.
It's more aesthetic. It's more yeah. I know what you're talking about because I watch on Netflix. I watch this show called Designing Miami, and these people are like interior designers or whatever, and they tend to build high-end houses, like do interior designing for like mansions. And a lot of these rich people put these fireplaces in their underneath their TV cabinets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I find it kind of weird.
Anthony, so you don't do any hunting at all?
No, I'm not a big hunter. I don't have the patience to be on a tree stand for 7 hours.
What about a fisher?
No, I'm not. I grew up in Florida. I hate fishing.
Well, dude, with your profile picture, you're gonna fool everybody because everybody's gonna think you're an outdoorsman.
Yeah, no. My brother, like I said, my brother forced me to take that picture. I didn't want to take it.
Was there another gun being pointed at you?
No, it wasn't being pointed at me. But my brother has this tendency to like make me do stuff. Like when he first got into the police force, he would do all his he would test
all his moves.
all his like police things on me, techniques, and he was a wrestler in high school. He would do all his wrestling moves.
Police brutality.
I had no choice. I couldn't do anything. Did your brother?
Did you eat the deer at least?
Yeah, venison is actually pretty good. You just have to cook it really well because it's very gamey.
I love venison, dude.
Have you had buffalo or bison?
No, I want to.
It's actually better. Honestly, it's way healthier.
Yeah, we just don't have any bison down here.
Yeah, the closest I've had, I had a 50-50 burger. There was bison and beef, and it was really good.
You can get it in Costco. They sell bison steaks in Costco.
They're kind of like real expensive, right?
Yeah. A lot of people are moving to that instead of eating more beef because it doesn't have it has more protein in it.
Yeah, it's like a fat. It's like a superfood.
An 8-ounce bison ribeye on Wild Fork is $15.
What's Wild Fork?
It's a website that they sell like all types of meats.
It's one of those things you order meat and shit.
Yeah. We get matambre from there.
Hey, do you guys go to this Argentinian place in Miami called Don Domingo?
Domingo.
I've heard of that.
I haven't been to that.
Where in Miami?
It's going towards Homes. Like it's before you go into Homestead. It's right there. On one. It's near Pinecrest Bakery on 186, and it's like it's a Argentinian meat market where they sell blood sausage, morcilla, and stuff like that. Blood sausages.
Yeah, I think I passed by there the other day.
That's 186 is a quail roost. Quail roost and. Is it new? I've never heard of that. I would have been there.
No, it's not. It's not new. They have multiple chains across South Florida. There's some in Homestead. There's some not Homestead. There's a lot in Miami. It goes up into like Fort Lauderdale and lower parts of West Palm Beach.
Is it
stuff
worth
like
it?
that? It's worth it, but they're not owned by Argentinian people now. Of course, they're owned by Cubans now.
Oh, well, then they're in good hands.
Where are you from, Anthony? are your parents?
My mom's parents are Cuban. I'm half Dominican, half Cuban.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm surprised my wife hasn't taken me there because she's Argentinian.
Yeah, but the sausages are like $10 a piece.
But they're
Wow.
fucking real sausages, probably.
$10
Yeah,
a piece?
Yeah, these are the morcillas. Morcillas are really expensive.
Is that the
Blood sausage.
That's blood sausage. What's the
Yeah.
salivary glands called that you guys like to fucking eat too?
Mollejas.
Mollejas.
What is that? Pig ears? Mollejas?
No, it's the salivary. How do you say that word?
Salivary.
Is it like
Salivary.
chitlins?
It's yes. It's like that. The
No,
salivary gland.
it's not chitlins.
No,
Chitlins are intestines.
No,
That's chinchulin.
That's chinchulin. This is the salivary glands of the cow.
Oh, okay. I'll compare it to something we eat in the public. It's called mondongo. If you guys ever had that.
Mondongo is a stomach lining.
Yeah, but it's also the innards too. It's the broth is made out of stomach lining, but the stuff inside of it is what you just talked about. It's the innards, like the intestines and stuff like that.
I don't know. I don't fuck with that shit, dude.
No, neither do I.
I do. I fuck up menudo. I like that.
And I could eat just about anything, but I don't do filters and stomachs and weird glands.
So no livers, no kidneys.
No.
I mean,
No,
I'll try
no.
that shit, but like,
Have you guys ever had the pig ears? Fried pig ears?
no.
You've tried heart bum?
No.
It's good.
I tried liver and that was about it.
Yeah, no, pig ears, like, it's common. I'm not sure if it's common in Cuba that they do that, but I'm Cuban. We don't eat the pig ears. It's more common in the DR. If you go to the Dominican Republic, a lot of restaurants there sell the fried pig ears. It's almost like chicharrones, kind of.
I do like some chicharrones.
I do like chicharrones.
Con pan.
I'm down with the choripan.
Those are good too.
Or chimmies. You like chimmies, Anthony?
Chimi, not really. Like, I've tried one, but I guess it was a food truck in Orlando that was like a Puerto Rican food truck that does it too.
Oh, that's not a real chimmy then, man.
No, these
What's
people
a
are
chimmy?
they're half Puerto Rican, half Dominican.
Oh, okay. It's like a Dominican. It's kind of like a choripan. It's like sausage, beef, and pork. It's all made into like a patty, and it's a sandwich. It's good.
It's hamburguesa almost.
Yeah, it's kind of like a frita.
I was gonna say like a frita.
Yeah.
Because a frita is like chorizo and hamburger mixed together or something.
I had one. Those things are fire, dude.
Yeah. You know what I noticed with Hispanic food? If you go to a Hispanic restaurant, if you get I went to a place in New York where I got a pizza. This is all for $10. I got a whole rotisserie chicken, rice and beans, and plátanos, and tostones for $10.
Dang.
Una completa.
Yeah. But this is the Dominican.
Rico.
No, it was an actual Dominican restaurant in New York. I'm not sure if Cuban restaurants are like that too, where you can get a whole rotisserie chicken with rice and bean, like a whole rotisserie chicken meal for that cheap.
I don't think you can get any in any restaurant for that.
You can't even get a fucking Mexican pizza fucking combo for fucking $10, dude.
You can't. Yeah, you can't even get a rotisserie chicken at fucking BJ's.
You can't even get a BJ for $10 anymore, dude.
I don't need to know what you do in your after you get off this.
There's fucking tariffs on that shit right now, dude. Dude, speaking of tariffs, did anybody see the Trump-Zelensky, I don't know what you call that, whatever that was.
Yeah,
The interview?
not an interview, right?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
The
It was a blow up.
scuffle.
Did anybody see it?
I did.
I saw a clip of it.
Did you see the whole thing?
I did.
Yeah.
It starts off kind of normal, but
They're trying to bait him. Fox News is trying to bait him because they want to defend. They're trying to defend. What is it called? Russia for invading the country.
yeah, like it escalated really.
So,
towards
and
the
this
end.
is what I can't. Why I can't stand actual like mainstream media anymore, because all the mainstream media outlets are owned by the Republicans now. So I can't. It's neither side. Like, I go independent now. I go on YouTube and find my media sources who actually care more about doing the research and taking their time and stuff instead of the ratings. Like, that's what Fox News and these people are cared more. They don't care about legitimacy in the reporting. They care more about the ratings. You guys agree?
100%. Yeah.
I mean, I know me and the bum kind of watch a little bit of both to get.
Well, the
idea
big issue now is that that's not news anymore. It's opinions, right? They don't just tell you the news. It used to be they tell you the news, but now they tell you their opinion from their position, whether it's left or right. It's not really the news anymore. It's really their opinion.
Right. So it's not like an attack on whatever. It's a horrific, ill, like they try to tell you how to feel about the news too. They don't just give you like, this is what happened and you should be outraged by this, or this is what happened.
And I've said this multiple times. Once Cronkite and Merle died, media went to hell.
There's too much money.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's a very good point, because a lot of people believe that when Walter Cronkite went on the news and talked about the Vietnam War, you can find that clip on YouTube, and basically said, it is the opinion of this broadcaster, and he basically told the American people that this war was no good.
It was more than a stalemate.
Lyndon Johnson turned to his staff and said, my God, I've lost America. I've lost Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
And that was the moment that
that's the news
supposedly started to turn into more of an opinion than just telling the news.
So Cronkite started it. Almost.
That's what some people believe that. If you ever want to see that moment, it's on YouTube when he talks about it, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, and when it comes to that, to me, that was the last time I can't remember who said it. Like, I actually talked to one of my friends' grandfather. He said that was the last time he could remember that one news anchor basically. I guess because there wasn't really a ton of channels back then, and they said that was the only time the one news anchor basically had the highest ratings on television. I think he said that was the last time a news anchor, had a viewership of over 10 million people.
Yeah, think about it. Before that, two of the most other famous events to happen in America, the shooting of John F. Kennedy, who brought that to our attention?
Cronkite.
Walter Cronkite famously taking his glasses off, looking like he was about to cry, looking at the clock and saying the president died roughly, X amount of minutes ago. That was him. And then when
Yeah.
we supposedly landed on the moon, it was Walter Cronkite again.
Another one. Another famous moment on live television is when the box of lights and wire speech for Edward R. Murrow during the Cold War, where he said there's legitimate fear in this room because everybody feared that their own neighbors or people that they worked with were working for the Russians during that time and stuff like that.
Tank, let's bring up the top 10 moments on live television. I'm sure when they killed Lee Harvey Oswald, that's going to be one of them, right?
You would think.
Top
Now that-
10 what?
But you know what? You gotta
Live
be careful of
TV
that.
moments.
You got to think. You got to specify news moments because you're gonna get like the Friends, Seinfeld episodes. You're gonna get
Tom
Breaking
Brady wins
Bad.
his 7th Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That one's crazy, dude, that guy gets killed on live television. Isn't that not?
Oh, was the Kennedy thing live on television?
Not when Kennedy got shot, but when Oswald got shot.
yeah. When Lee Harvey Oswald.
They parade him out in handcuffs, and then Jack Ruby runs up and shoots him live on TV.
Oh no, actually, RFK was shot live on television during a speech.
RFK was shot.
Wasn't he shot in the kitchen in that
Well,
hotel?
He gave a speech and he was supposed to walk out and leave through the kitchen and they shot him.
Trump
Sirhan,
got shot during a speech.
live
Yeah.
on television.
Sirhan,
those
Sirhan.
speeches-
I just shared
Those
it.
speeches are deadly, man.
So no skiing, don't bump your head, don't give speeches. What is
You guys,
that?
you guys remember this in '74?
I heard about it, but I didn't see it live. That was during the Oscars.
For
David
Best
Niven
Picture.
was presenting, I believe, and a streaker ran through live.
It looks like I don't even know.
One of the Beatles? See, I knew there would be sports shit in this.
Oh, I never remember. That was on live television?
Oh,
Yeah, it was a game, yeah.
yeah.
Yo, Remo.
Was it Monday Night Football? What up, Remo?
Yes, it was Monday Night
Oh,
Football.
the whole world was watching.
In the midst of a flea flicker.
Those fucking flea flickers will get you, dude. John
Yes.
Lennon was not killed live on television, but it was announced live on television, also on Monday Night Football, and I believe it was the Dolphins playing the Patriots. Is that right?
May have been.
I didn't know that. I did. Sinead O'Connor rips the picture of a pope on live television. I didn't.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
I think
why
I
did-
may have seen that live.
Why did she do that?
A choice that was met with complete silence from the studio audience.
Well, if I remember clearly, Sinead O'Connor was Irish, and the Irish and the Catholics do not mix.
Okay. A lot of sports stuff.
Oh, I do remember this.
Well, they're going to tell you the fucking nipple thing. There you go. I knew the nipple thing was
Yeah.
coming. Well, I don't know anything about that.
Oh,
Wow,
I
knew it was
remember that.
called I
This
never-
was at the beginning of Jon Stewart's career on the Daily Show.
Remo said her bald headed ass wanted to make a statement.
She had already made a statement with her hairdo.
Oh, you guys remember this?
No.
Tragic. This was awesome.
That I remember.
That
I
was,
didn't see it live though.
that was fucking insane.
Could you imagine? They probably cut it off, or you think they showed it?
No, I thought they showed the whole fight.
Oh, I remember this. I saw this live.
Yeah, this was crazy, dude.
Yeah, we should have known, right? At this point. This was
Yeah.
fucking 20 years ago. And he's another one.
Then 4 years later.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Who's Adelaide Dazeem?
What is that?
Adele?
Idina Menzel.
Oh, he mispronounced Adina Menzel's last name.
Dazeem. Butchering her first and last name.
Jesus.
Oh, you guys remember this fiasco?
Oh, yes, dude.
That
There was a lot of memes about this.
Yeah. That sucked for that poor chick.
But, dude, where's Walter Cronkite?
I'm telling you. That's why you had to specify news. Because all this pop culture bullshit
Were you going to say
would
Pulp
take
Fiction?
over. Pop culture bullshit would take over.
Dude, this lady's fucked up now, dude. She's like completely incapacitated.
Steve never recovered from that. Remo said he watched that live. He was from the Ron Artest. What was that? Pistons and
Pacers.
Pacers.
Yeah. Oh, that was a big one.
Yeah, the slap.
There's no news ones. Okay, there's a news one, but it's on YouTube. We're gonna get demonetized.
Are you really the last person to find out about the skip ads forever button? This is Pi, and if it sounds familiar to you, it's probably because
These days, it's hard to shock a television audience. The moon landing, the organization.
No, fuck that. Let me find another one. I'm put it up when I find a.
All right.
list.
The moon landing, that was live on television. The Challenger, that was live on television.
Yep. I saw that.
Was the other not the Challenger? What was the one? There was another.
Columbia.
Was the Columbia live on television?
Absolutely.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they didn't. It disintegrated, so there was really nothing to show other than like little fire things.
They showed whatever there was to show, but
They were like bare. It wasn't like the Challenger where you saw it from the beginning to the end.
What was that? Was the Challenger the one that they kept on showing the replay over and over again?
yeah, that's ingrained in
Yeah.
everybody's head. I mean, as children, we were taken. There was this is I think 86 we said or something like that. I remember being in 5th grade, and they rolled that thing on wheels into the classroom with a big old fucking TV on it, and they put it on, and we all fucking saw that shit live in 5th grade. And then like
For me, the live television thing that I dealt with in high school was the World Trade Centers.
oh yeah,
Because
I
we
got
were in
one
the
up.
middle of my math class when it happened.
yeah, that was
I saw Reagan get shot while I was bowling in 7th grade.
We
They
got
had it on the TV.
Kennedy assassination, Cronkite,
there we go. This is the list we're looking for.
moon landing.
That was filmed before though, right?
September 11. Yeah. Nixon's resignation.
Oh,
The
that's
Gulf
a good
War?
one.
The Gulf War. Bernard Shaw.
O.J. Simpson, of
O.J.
course.
Simpson trials.
That was huge.
Challenger explosion.
Yeah.
Rescue of baby Jessica.
I don't even know what that is.
58-hour effort
That's
to
the
save
little
trapped
girl that-
Texas toddler from a backyard well.
Ah, yeah.
Election night debacle in the 2000.
Is that the Hanging Chads?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chad. I don't know where he is.
We don't just have an egg on our face. We have an omelet all over our suits. Death of Osama bin Laden. Let me see. Nixon invokes children's dog checkers.
The other day they called Obama bin Laden.
Who was it that did that? I heard about that. Who called him that?
I think it was CNN.
That's right.
Obama bin Laden.
Yeah.
They pulled the
No,
John
no,
Travolta.
but I thought I know the not guilty verdict for OJ was. I'm surprised the chase is not on that list. The
But
Bronco chase.
It's still going.
The chase has to be
pretty big because it was on during the
NBA Finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Bum, did you see this?
and it was like a picture-in-picture of the NBA Finals.
Andrea Doria sinking into the Atlantic in '56.
No, I missed that one.
He was on that boat.
Eisenhower tells the nation
That was
he's
my-
sending in federal
That was
troops.
my first cruise.
That was the first time after the Titanic he got on a boat.
Nixon sweats his way through first televised presidential debate with John F. Kennedy.
They
That was
said
a
that
debacle.
that did him in, right?
Yeah,
Wedding thing.
his television appearance was terrible.
David Susskind conducts a live interview with Soviet Premier
Can we
Nikita
look up
Khrushchev.
that Nixon sweating thing after we're done with this list to see if it's really
Look,
that bad?
Ruby's murder.
Yeah, dude, that's huge.
Harvest of Shame. Let me see. I have a dream speech. Jack Ruby's murder. Who's Jack Ruby?
The guy who
Oh,
Jack
Oh,
Ruby killed Oswald on television and later died in prison.
Morley Safer, U.S. Marines burning the village.
Camnet. The splash on a manned space capsule Gemini 6 is covered live. Walter Cronkite comes out against the Vietnam War.
There you go.
that's the one I'm talking about.
Lyndon Johnson shocks the nation by announcing he won't run for a second term.
Right after Cronkite said that.
He was like, "Fuck that." I'm
And
out.
in Memphis, sparking civil rights. Robert Kennedy is assassinated at the hotel in L.A.
Oh, that was on live TV. I was correct. They said it was on live television when he got assassinated.
So all these things were on live TV because I don't remember. I don't remember anything. I wasn't alive, but I didn't know King's
See.
murder was moments of.
Oh,
our
this is
time.
biggest news, not necessarily live
Okay,
TV.
All right, that's fine.
Buckley threatens to punch Gore Vidal or Vidal in the nose.
Oh man, I loved William F. Buckley, and his debates were legendary.
Wait, where's the? Did we already pass the Murrow versus Joseph? What's his name? The
McCarthy?
McCarthy thing already?
I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't know if we hit it.
Peter Jennings and Jack McKay report live on the Munich Summer Olympics.
That's depressing. I didn't see it live, but I've seen that coverage. It's pretty terrible.
Barbara Walters becomes the first woman to co-anchor.
Do you remember that Peter Jennings later came out with some shit that he was on a helicopter in a war zone, and then later he had to say, "I wasn't."
No, that was Brian Williams.
I'm sorry. You're right. Absolutely
Who's still alive. Peter Jennings actually died.
right. Okay.
I got the wrong white announcer guy.
Senator Ted Kennedy gives a rambling, incoherent answer for Roger Mudd.
Cronkite brokers the first Egyptian-Israeli peace talks on his newscast.
I gotta tell you, this Trump Zelensky thing was weird, dude. They were like berating him like nonstop at the end. Like JD Vance was basically saying, "Fucking say thank you," you know.
I have to tell you, I don't disagree. Like what they were saying, they just shouldn't have done it out in the open.
No, they did it live.
Exactly.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it live.
Like they shouldn't have done that.
No,
Right.
But
this is
but
where I
agree
disagree
with what they were saying.
Yeah.
No, I disagree with what they're saying because they're defending Trump and his administration are acting like they're defending what's his name, Putin for
Putin.
invading.
Well,
Ukraine.
that's another thing. That's
Yeah,
another thing.
What I do understand is sort of the intention that they have, but the way that they did it. So I do think that it's true that Trump should not sit there and say, yes, Putin's a terrible murderer, even if he is. Let's say whatever, fine. But he's trying to make peace, right? And to make peace, I can't just shit all over you on live television just because, you know, I if I really want this to be over, I need to put that to the side and try to make peace. And then I think that's where he got pissed, where this guy kept, you know, referring to that. And then he had to say, okay, hold on, wait a second. If I'm trying to make peace between you guys, I can't really, you know, just shit all over this guy. That's not going to get us anywhere, you know?
Yes.
But, dude, they fucking laid into him like really fucking. Even the fucking reporters' questions were like, they were like, even silly shit like, why don't you wear a suit? Did you hear when they asked him that?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
why don't you own a suit?
Supposedly, that's one of the things that turned off Trump almost immediately when he showed up there in those, I guess, semi-military clothes.
Yeah.
But he wears that all the time, so he shouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah. No, he made a joke about it, but I was surprised that they went so hard.
Yeah, no, but do you understand where I'm coming from? It sounds like the administration is defending the Russians for invading Ukraine.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, no, I'll take it a step further. The other day, there was a vote in the United Nations with a resolution to condemn the Russian attack on Ukraine, and everybody voted
except Trump.
Except the United States and Russia and North Korea, which is fucking crazy. Like,
yeah,
what
Trump,
is that?
I joke around. I joke around all the time. He must have Putin must have something on Trump.
We were saying that the other day. I am starting to really think that.
Well, there was that whole golden shower thing. Remember that?
It's got to be more
let's
than
not
that.
people for act like, and people for this is actually true that there's actually evidence. She was his wife is a call girl. Trump, Melania was a mail order bride call girl from one of these escort services that Putin runs.
Is there any of those catalogs laying around?
Yeah. Oliver North. Let's go back to this list.
He's definitely the hottest first lady, dude.
Oh man, that was good.
Reagan recovers from an assassination attempt. Charles and Diana get married 750.
Oh, that was a big TV event.
Who's Tammy Faye Baker?
She was like an evangelist, right?
Yeah, with the husband
Jim.
What was Jim Baker?
And we still have those kind of people with that Olstein guy and all that. It's crazy, right? How
there's always those people get replaced.
Incredible.
There's always another one.
World Series telecast turns into coverage of a deadly earthquake that shakes San Francisco for 15
I remember
seconds.
that.
I saw that live.
I used to watch baseball back then.
Al Michaels.
Is Remo still here?
He might have not been in San Francisco at that time. He might.
Oh,
have been,
yeah, that's right. That's
might
right.
have been in Detroit. I think he's from Detroit, right? Before San
No,
Francisco.
I don't think he is.
How does he end up liking the Lions?
He told us one time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was his dad or something.
All right.
Or is that Danny? Is Danny his dad?
I'm not sure, but I thought he was also like a Lions fan.
He is. He is.
All right.
Tom Brokaw reports live from the falling Berlin Wall hours after East German officials announced that citizens were free to travel.
That was a big
Oh,
one.
there's OJ's Ford Bronco thing.
Nelson Mandela is freed after 27 years of imprisonment.
The Mandela effect.
Yep.
Anita Hill raises allegations of sexual harassment against Clarence Thomas.
Yep, that was big at the time.
Clarence Thomas still on the Supreme Court.
It didn't bother.
Jury finds 4 police officers not guilty in beating of Rodney King.
Which is directly tied into OJ's case.
Yeah, that was payback, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the Ford Bronco
Yeah.
police chase.
This is the Unabomber, right? Or no?
No, that is McVeigh, right?
Yeah, Timothy McVeigh.
Another weird one.
Is this the guy that filled up like a rental truck or something?
Yes, and parked it in front of the...
Yeah, the federal building.
And wasn't he stopped by a police officer like on his way there or some shit?
That I don't remember.
Or immediately after?
Well, no, he was pulled immediately after.
But there's a scenario where he gets stopped and it's before he commits the bombing.
I don't remember that, but maybe.
All right.
34 million U.S. viewers watch Princess Diana's funeral over 8 networks.
Yeah.
Clinton confesses to his inappropriate relationship with White House intern Monica Lewinsky.
She said recently he should have resigned after that.
Fuck her.
That's what he did.
Barbara Walters sit down with Lewinsky and draws 49 million viewers.
Katie Couric
Katie
has
Couric undergoes a colonoscopy.
Really?
You know why she did that, right?
For awareness?
Her husband died from that. Her first husband.
That doesn't mean you need to do it on live television.
Well, she felt it was important enough. He was a young man.
After which the
kids
scheduling of
behind.
colonoscopies increased 20%.
Okay, so
Look at that.
awareness.
A phenomenon known as the Couric effect.
Is this a graphic video of her getting a...
I don't think so.
All right. There's children watching.
President George W. Bush declares military success in Iraq on an aircraft carrier decorated with a banner reading "Mission Accomplished."
Really? We've been in Iraq for 20 years. What mission success is that?
Fox News anchor Shepard Smith decries the government response to victims of Hurricane Katrina. Presidential candidate Sarah Palin can't answer when CBS Evening News anchor Katie Couric asks which newspaper she reads.
That
Who am I?
really
Why am I
took
here?
me.
The
That
inauguration,
interview blew her up.
she can see Russia from her.
Exactly. I could see Russia from my house.
It's crazy how just one moment ruins these people's career.
You remember the guy, and we're going to take Virginia!
Yeah.
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 Howard Dean.
He was
Yeah.
doing good until then.
Until that,
Yes.
yeah. And then, what about when Bernie said Castro was a good guy?
Bernie never had a chance.
Wait, Bernie actually said that about Fidel Castro?
Yeah. Something to that effect.
Like he had good intentions or something like that. Barack Obama inauguration. most live stream event in internet history.
Well, let's not forget Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, which was recently on fire, did give the Cuban people their condolences with Fidel Castro died.
that did not go the way I was thinking it was gonna go.
That went over well.
Oh, you guys remember this? 33 Chilean miners are freed after being trapped underground for 69 days.
Yeah, that was in the news for a long time.
Yeah, for 69 days.
Yeah.
But this is what I don't get. The Cuban. I don't mean to offend people, but the Cuban people, the Cuban people are upset about these politicians making horrible missteps about Fidel, but then they vote for a guy who's gonna become a tyrant in Trump. Explain that to me.
They know they're tyrants. It's the only thing I can tell you. They're good at tyrants.
And then Boston Marathon, about 2 bombs explode.
Didn't they have them catching the guy on live television too? I'm surprised they don't have that there too.
No, they had surveillance footage.
No, they did have. I know what he's talking about when he was in the boat.
Oh yeah,
when he was hiding in the
cornered
boat.
Him.
Yeah,
when they cornered him,
they shot the boat up. Remember,
on live television.
Yeah, I think they had shot him, and then he went to crawl into that boat or whatever.
Yeah, you're right. That was live television.
I get that confused with the fucking shooter, with the kid shooter in DC.
What did you want me to look up? Oh, the Nixon sweating.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Was it that bad? Are you guys exaggerating? Was he really sweating?
Supposedly it was so bad that he lost the election because of it.
He looked very unnerved in his debate performance.
I am not a crook.
What did you do, Randy? What was the
That was later.
He would always do these kind of movements.
Oh, Viva Perón.
I was not a crook.
Well, no one.
He
Trump copies
was.
that. Do you notice Trump does the same thing now?
I have not seen him do that.
He does those weird hand movements that if you watch some of his rallies, he does those weird hand gesture, those weird hand movements that Nixon used to do. Did you find the video?
Yeah, I'm sharing it.
Oh, my bad. Here we go.
Senator Kennedy's position in 1955.
It just started.
And incidentally, Senator Johnson was among those who rejected that position, voted with the 70 against the 12.
Do not suggest that Chiang Kai-shek and this administration
This
has
looks
been
like
attempting
AI.
since 1955 to persuade Chiang Kai-shek to less.
Whenever any mother or father talks to his child, he can look at the man in the White House, and whatever he may think of his policies, he will say,
yes.
Yeah.
There is a man
You know what's fucked
who
up?
maintains the kind
One
of
guy was
standard
like
personally
20
that I
and the
would
other
want
guy
my
was like
child to
30. No,
Mr.
I'm
Cater's
exaggerating,
question is for
but
Vice
everybody
President
looked old then.
that we would not tolerate Indochina.
I don't
falling
see a lot
into
of sweating,
communist
dude.
U-2 flights in general, however. I never suggested espionage.
Opportunity for the questioners to Kea.
Put him towards the end.
Hold on. Let me see. I think it did say it was the first person.
Good evening. The television and radio stations of the United States and their affiliated stations are proud to provide
Wow, this video is
facilities
so
for
old that I'm only getting
discussion
sound
of issues
one
in the current
side of my
political
headphone.
campaign by the two major candidates for the presidency. The candidates need no introduction. The Republican candidate, Vice President Richard
6 9/10%, and one of the highest in the world today. More about that later. Looking then to this problem of how the Union emphasize it isn't enough.
Starting
A record is never something to stand on. That our medical care for the aged
wow, he's sweating.
is much better handled than it is at the present time. Trips, I have made recommendations that have been adopted.
He's starting to fall
For
apart.
example, after my first trip abroad, this respect. It recognizes that the government has a responsibility Other matters, the president has asked for my advice. I have given it. Sometimes my advice has been taken. Sometimes it has not. That would be financed out of Social Security. That, however, is raising taxes for those nations, and that is the greatest power a government can have.
Senator Kennedy's comment?
You can
When
only,
the vice president quotes me, and
you can only tell like right here.
If the majority of the members of the Congress felt that these particular proposals were good issues, we have to remember that the Cold War that Mr. Khrushchev is waging and his colleagues are waging is waged all over the world. Certainly,
that was the war that they were talking about.
stand for every program that will mean for growth. And I stand for programs that will mean growth and progress. But it is also essential that he not allow a dollar spent that could be better spent by the people themselves.
Senator Kennedy, your conclusion?
Well,
the point was made by Mr. Nixon that the Soviet
I
production
saw
is
one
only
where
40.
he's actually
Senator
wiping
Kennedy, your
his face.
conclusion?
The point was made before state 80. When
I'm not sure if this is it.
We should vote for function.
Can you look up Nixon sweating?
Nixon sweating.
I'm glad that's on your search history, not mine.
Oh man.
Because I gotta tell you, I didn't see him sweating that much in that.
Yeah, it's that video that I just put.
All right. Yeah.
I think the question is, what are the programs when the tide came in? That's the future. And out or the and all people.
Dude, did you guys hear they might get rid of the penny?
He already stopped.
They stopped it?
He put in an order to stop pennies.
My boy left?
Oh, dude, I think we lost
I think it was the Trump stuff.
Anthony.
I didn't hear that about the penny.
Man, yeah, it's right next to the
nickel.
making
the
English
250 Trump bill.
Making English the official language of the United States.
Yeah, I'm just reading some of these comments now because I had the main screen open. The Rodney King verdict that started the LA riots, that was big.
That was on the list.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember you said it was linked to OJ directly?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they got screwed on that verdict because they let off those cops. Yeah. They let those cops off scot-free when it was like on videotape. And then
that wasn't even close.
Yeah, a lot of people said that the OJ case was he benefited from like, okay, well, now we're gonna screw you, with this verdict.
Yeah.
Good old Orenthal. So they stopped the penny already.
I know he put an order to do it. I don't know if that means that that's it.
The Goodyear Blimp is celebrating 100 years, by the way.
Now, was that because it was costing too much to make and we had too many pennies?
A post-penny world would be a blow to the private equity-owned Tennessee metal manufacturer Artisan, which made $1 billion in revenue since 2008, supplying zinc blanks that the U.S. Mint stamps into pennies per Weaver. It could also hurt coin cashing machine operators like Coinstar, pushing businesses to round prices to the nearest nickel and accelerating the shift to digital payments, benefiting companies like Visa and MasterCard, according to let me start this again. You might be seeing a lot less of the President Lincoln's right cheekbone after President Trump's move to nix the penny. On Sunday, the president issued an executive order directly to the Treasury to stop minting 1-cent coins, a practice he called wasteful. Trump notified, we got to fact check this, that each penny cost over 2 cents to produce. The U.S. Mint said it lost 85.3 million, making billions of pennies at 3.7 cents a pop during the last fiscal year. So, yeah, when you're getting closer to a nickel, it makes sense to fucking stop making the pennies.
I'm good with that.
I mean, most people pay shit with fucking digital.
Yeah. Man, I used to pay everything with cash.
Cash, it can become annoying.
Well, it is. I
You
mean,
lose it,
change,
bills,
all that.
they're dirty
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Bills are dirty as fuck. But cash is king, some people say.
I've been muted this whole time.
Yeah, have you said anything interesting?
No. I said, what do we do with the strippers? And then I had also said cash is king. And then I said it takes 3.17 cents to produce and distribute each penny.
Okay, I said everything you said except the stripper thing.
Yeah.
You tip in pennies at the strip club?
No, the cash, because you guys are saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, where's this strip club, dude?
I make it hail.
What kind of, with pennies? Pew, pew. What kind of talent we got there, bro? What is that movement you're doing, bum?
It hurts because of the pennies.
Yeah, the pennies, man. Come on.
That would be for like bad strippers. You throw fucking pennies at them.
What is the worst strip joint you ever been to?
Oh my, let's see.
Pink Pussycat.
Mine is the Alley Cat.
No, I'm just kidding. I've never been there. I've only been the one in Homestead, Divas. The one right there on US 1.
By Ernesto's?
No, on US 1 in Homestead.
All right.
You know what you're talking about, Randy, or no?
Yes, I've never been in there.
Oh.
The only one I've been in this area is that one over there by Ernesto's on US 1 near the Turnpike.
Yeah, I've been to that one.
I can't remember. Showgirls, or I don't know what's
called. Showgirls.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when you look and the lights hit right and you see like the girl's missing a C-section, a missing tooth.
Or like a pregnant chick.
Oh, it's funny. I have seen that a couple times.
I've seen it.
For real?
Funny, dude.
Yes.
I guess I haven't gone a lot. I've probably been to like the strip club like five times maybe.
They gotta work, dude. Sometimes they only get maternity leave. They gotta stretch it out.
A chick with hair in her pits.
That's sexy.
Yeah, I guess for Europeans, but
what about during the day? Have you guys gone during the day?
Oh yeah, I've been for the lunch buffet.
Yeah, I never ate at one of those places.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't eat. But supposedly the wings are good at all strip clubs.
But you're not getting top talent in the daytime, dude.
I've gone like 3 times out of the 5 that I've been.
No,
I guess I haven't seen the best, but there was some good stuff.
Well, usually they'll put like one really good girl, and then the rest are really subpar.
Yeah, it's like the B team. What else is going on?
Pope Francis suffers sudden worsening of respiratory issues.
Dude's about to die.
Given mechanical ventilation.
Do they have a pope in waiting?
No.
How do they do that?
As a matter of fact, one of the movies that is up for an Oscar is called Conclave, and it's basically the whole process of picking a pope. It's very secretive, very
the word conclave comes from the Latin words for with key.
I thought you were saying for fondling kids.
Referring to how cardinals are sequestered in the Vatican, theoretically under lock and key, to elect a new pope whenever a pope dies.
What's that movie, The Two Popes? You guys heard of that movie?
No.
I think it's
2019.
Yeah.
And it looks like this guy, John Voight, is in it.
Is he?
Oh, man, that guy's in everything.
I know.
Well, somebody said he was the Pope, right?
He was one of the popes.
Maybe Anthony mentioned that.
Oh no, I confused him with Anthony Hopkins. Sorry.
Oh, they're old. Yeah, Hopkins is in that. Hannibal Lecter's in that for sure. I think he plays Pope John Paul II. I think
Pope Benedict.
He plays Pope Benedict. Is John Pope blah, 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 the second, the other guy in the movie?
Yeah, John Voight. No, that guy's not in this movie.
Okay.
This is Pope Francis and Pope Benedict.
Okay.
And then I think in the conclave, when they pick a pope, they let out, like, I think it's black smoke or white smoke. And when they haven't decided yet, or they're still in the process, they release another color smoke.
They blow
it's a
smoke
whole
up
big deal.
Smoke up your ass. Why was Pope John Paul II? There was another Pope John Paul, or he was just like his dad was named? Well, he did. His dad was named John Paul.
No, that doesn't go by your dad.
So he was just Pope John Paul II because there was already another Pope that was Pope John Paul.
The first.
That would have been my guess.
Yeah, there's a John Paul the first.
I mean, his dad could have been John Paul, you know?
Yeah, no, but that lineage goes through the Pope lineage, not like your family lineage.
Okay, so if you were Pope John Paul II because your dad was named Pope John Paul II, you would be called John Paul II the second?
What? Wait, what was the question?
By the way, a lot of them don't even have that. Is not even their name at all. Has nothing to do with it.
It's like a stage name.
It's a Pope name.
Yeah, that's just what I was gonna tell you. I'm looking at it now to confirm. I think that's not their legal name.
Look at this Pope's name. He's Latin, right? He's like
Argentinian.
Right. What is his real name? What is it? It's completely different.
Because he's Pope Francis, right?
Yeah. Francis.
Yeah. It's completely. I think it's completely different. I may be wrong about this one, but most are like different.
He was born Jorge Mario Bergoglio.
Why the fuck do they change your name, bro?
Because that's
it's your Pope name.
Why can't you be Pope Jorge?
No, because of look, you would have been Jorge. You can't have that. Did you read? You didn't hear like what this guy read off? It was like 6 names. You can't be that as the Pope.
So why does this guy get Pope John Paul II? Wouldn't he be like, dude, can you give me my own fucking name? Why do I gotta be like this guy already did that? Why do I gotta be his name? Who gives you the name? You choose the name, or somebody gives you the name?
No, I think they give you the name.
He was born. John Paul II was born Karol Joseph Wojtyla.
Exactly.
He's Polish.
A lot of them are Polish.
He was the first non-Italian since Adrian VI.
You think they're gonna go back to the old school with this when this guy dies? Go get an Italian?
No.
You think we'll ever see a black pope?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
They're not ready.
You want to know if there's going to be a black pope?
Yeah.
Look up if there's a black cardinal. If there's a black cardinal, then there's a chance.
If they haven't even made it to black cardinal, they're not making it.
You got to be a cardinal before you be a pope.
So cardinals, you're sort of like a backup quarterback.
You're in that stepping stone.
You're like a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator.
His Eminence Wilton Cardinal Gregory is one of the highest-ranking members of the Catholic Church in America, and is the first ever black cardinal.
Hell yeah!
Look at that. There's only one.
Cardinal Gregory is the Archbishop
what would they
of
name
Washington,
that guy?
D.C. He's American, so I don't think they will.
Tank, look up how they name popes.
Yes, that's the question on our minds right now. How do they choose your pope name? Is that like your Jedi name?
Popes choose their names freely.
You will be known as Darth Vader.
You heard of me, motherfuckers?
So they pick their own name?
Yeah. It's like a way to honor previous popes.
So you pick like a previous pope's name?
And then you add a number if there's been whatever number there's been of them. Pope John the 9th.
It's so weird, dude.
It's a new birth name. Yeah, I guess it says, how do popes choose their name? They can honor a predecessor, honor a saint, honor a family member. Pope John put his name after his dad, who was John. He was Pope John the 13th.
Look at that, the 13th.
So there's been 13 Johns.
Sends a message. Popes may choose a name that indicates the direction of their papacy. For example,
Papacy?
Pius 12 chose his name to indicate that he would continue the work of Pius 11. Pius, maybe.
So weird, bro.
All right, guys. Anything else we got on our minds before we skedaddle?
And I'll tell you what, one of the most impressive things I've ever seen is St. Petersburg, the Sistine Chapel, that whole Vatican thing. It's fucking impressive, dude. Oh, and all those popes are buried underneath that fucking church.
The Vatican or the Sistine Chapel?
No, the Vatican.
What if they don't want to be buried there?
It's probably an honor.
I don't know. It's a crypt.
Have you guys ever heard of
Sloppy toppy?
Sloppy section? No. Solipsism.
Solipsism?
Yeah.
No.
Nah, gang.
All right.
What is that? Indulges.
I'm going to tell you in a second. I'm trying to find my notes here.
Is that when you're drinking soup and most of it is just falling out and you're not? No.
Look it up. Look it up. Because my notes are incomplete here, so I don't want to.
Slop.
It's spelled. It's spelled SOLIPSISM. It's pretty interesting. We can end on that note. You know, I like the simulation theory and all that.
The quality of being very self-centered or selfish.
It's a theory. Actually.
Oh, I see. Yeah, philosophy. The view or theory that the self is all that can be known to exist. That?
Yes. Does it say anything more?
That what?
Let me pull up the Wikipedia.
It's basically
is the philosophical idea that only one's mind is sure to exist. As an epistemological position, Sloppism holds that knowledge of anyone outside one's own mind is unsure. The external world and other minds cannot be known and might not exist outside the mind. Mere denial of material existence in itself does not necessarily constitute sloppism.
It's basically the idea that you only really know your mind and what you're doing and the decisions you're making, but you cannot know that other people are even. It almost makes it seem like you can't even know if other people are real, because the only truth you know is what's in your mind, and there's no, sort of like the simulation theory, there's no way to really disprove that either.
Like the Truman Show?
Well, the Truman Show is different in that the people are real around him, but they're creating sort of a fake world for him.
I don't even know how to pronounce this thing. Solipsism.
Let me see.
It's basically like
solipsism.
You cannot confirm nor deny that there's other people, that other people are not NPCs, right? Would be the best way to say it.
Yeah, like you're the main character,
or the only character in this scenario. and everybody else is sort of like an NPC.
Like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. This shit is so confusing.
Just say it, bro.
Like, for example, like I can't hurt you because you're not real. Like, I don't even know what the fuck this thing.
That could be. I'm trying to find
the last sheet that had it on.
It's
So
basically a theory that's hard to deny.
it's a theory or a philosophy?
Both, I think. The theory of solipsism also merits close examination because it relates to three widely held philosophical perceptions, each itself fundamental and wide-ranging in importance. Point one: one's most certain knowledge is the content of one's own mind. The content of one's own mind. My thoughts, experiences, effects, etc. Point two: there is no conceptual or logical necessary link between mental and physical, between, for example, the occurrence of certain conscious experiences or mental states and the possession and behavioral dispositions of a body of a particular kind.
You know what I thought? I'm sorry. Is there more?
There's one more point. The experience of a given person is necessarily private to that person.
You know what I thought you were trying to say? Do you know who? And this is, you should remember this movie. Do you know who Marcus Aurelius is?
Great philosopher and boss man to the gladiator.
In the movie, right?
Yes, and in real life, he was.
In real life,
Yeah.
Marcus Aurelius was practiced the philosophy of Stoicism.
Yes. What is Stoicism? That means I don't give a fuck?
I thought that's what you were talking about.
No.
Because Marcus Aurelius, people thought that was just a guy in Gladiator, but he was a real guy,
Yeah.
a real emperor.
And like a real philosopher too, right?
And he's considered the Stoicism emperor. It's actually a philosophy that started, I think, with the Greeks, a guy named Zeno, maybe, or Zeno.
Speaking of that, did you watch Gladiator 2, Bum?
No. I heard it sucked big ass.
I didn't watch it, but I didn't even really want to be honest.
I heard it sucked. That's the only reason I didn't.
Gladiator is such a good movie that it didn't even need a sequel, right?
I think the way it ended is fine.
And I'm a little tired of fucking Pedro Mescal or whatever the fuck his name is. Too.
They shoved that guy.
I saw him in something recently. Let me look at what it was.
Is he like the Jason Kelsey of the movies?
Yeah, and he's in too many fucking. He's in too many Corona commercials. Yeah, and he's not even Mexican. Why do you get? Can't you get a Mexican guy to promote the Mexican beer? He's like a fake Mexican. He's Chilean, really, or something. Come on, dude.
I'll tell you what, though, he is good in the first Narcos, though. Very good in that.
I like him in Mandalorian when he has a helmet on.
So
he was in Buffy,
the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Really?
That I didn't know.
He was
the
in
new one.
No, the show, the 97 2003.
Oh wow, he must have been a young buck.
He was in Wonder Woman 2011.
That was horrific.
I don't even know what that is. 2011 Wonder Woman.
2011? No, he was in the recent one, like 2020 or 2021.
Wasn't it Wonder Woman
pandemic?
1986?
No, this one I think it was a TV show.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
With Adrienne Palicki was Wonder Woman.
Wow.
Pedro Pascal was Ed Indelicato.
Indelicato. He seems like he's an indelicato kind of guy.
Wow.
Opening theme was "I Only Know How to Love" by Christina Aguilera.
What the hell is that? I don't remember that at all.
It's indelicato.
He was in Earth versus the Spider.
It must have been a crapalato.
A crapalato.
That sounds like somebody's Starbucks order.
Blood sucking bastards.
What is this crap?
This is all like the movie he's been in.
His crapology?
By the way, Starbucks, they're going through some major.
But dude, who is not going bankrupt? Fucking Anthony's is going bankrupt. Fucking Hooters. Fucking
Red Lobster fucking closed.
Anthony's the pizza joint?
Yeah.
Anthony Coal-Fired?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
You know, I went a couple times. You know, when I went recently, when we went to Boston, that day that we went skiing, that you
It was wicked.
Yeah, it was wicked awesome. That you went to do something else, and we went to do the skiing with the kids. We ended up on the way back. We stopped at an Anthony's, which is actually one of the only 4 states that has Anthony's, just by happenstance. And then I signed up for something, and then I start getting like all these coupons, like kids eat free on Monday, $10 pizza on Wednesday, and I was like, holy shit! For Anthony's, this is like really cheap. Doesn't seem like their thing. They're always kind of like a higher end pizza joint, right? It's not like Pizza Hut or all these other whatever Domino's and shit. And then later I read the article that they were bankrupt and like reorganizing. I was like, oh, this must be part of it. All these deals that they're offering, because I don't know. I guess there's too much shit, dude. Who's not going bankrupt? Everybody's going bankrupt. Diamond Comic Distributors, Tank. Did you know that they're going bankrupt?
No, but they fucking
Joanne Fabrics.
They wiggled this guy into the Marvel universe.
Who?
Pascal.
How?
He's gonna be Mr. Fantastic.
That's right, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
Mr. Bombastic?
Yeah.
Mr. Lava.
And that when I said that I saw him recently, he's in that kids movie Wild Robot. I don't know if you guys seen it. It's a pretty good movie. He's a voice actor.
Speaking of Wild Robot, dude, have you guys seen or heard about these sex robots? How like fucking
they're getting pregnant?
Real they're getting shit? No, I don't think they're getting pregnant, but you could fuck the shit out of them.
I haven't gotten to the point where I'm looking at the robots yet. I still have the ludicrous idea that I could, hook up with a real person.
I'm not suggesting.
Call me crazy.
I'm not suggesting. I'm just sharing the news, okay, guys.
He was in The Great Wall.
How long before people are fucking robots? They're already doing it, bro.
No, it's happening already.
How long before it's like normal?
Like married?
I don't know if you're married or not, but like how long is it before a sex
it's accepted?
Here's the analogy I'm gonna make. How long before having a sex robot is like having a porn collection?
I think that's
in our lifetime. In our lifetime.
Like nobody's ashamed of having a porn collection, right?
You don't really have porn collection.
I've never been.
I'm talking about something from another time. You're right, dude. What the fuck am I saying? Back in the day, you would have a porn collection.
Yeah, you had to have
in the late 1900s.
You had like 16 millimeter film, then you moved on to VCR, and then you did DVD.
And there was a bin.
Because there was no internet, Tank.
There was a bin.
Where are you gonna see your shit?
And if you got like a girlfriend or something, you'd have like a confidant, and you're like, "Here, dude, hold my bin, dude." And they would like hold your bin.
You would never get it back.
You'd never get it back. And if your friend gave you his bin, it was like, holy shit, these are fucking episodes I've never seen. It's like, imagine fucking Dragon Ball and you never had seen like episode whatever to whatever, and you're like, all of a sudden that's in your hands, dude.
And some people didn't want to be the guy that vigorously asked for their porn back.
Right. You could ask a few times.
You know, you just kind of let it go because nobody wanted to be the guy that would, you know, get angry that he gave away his porn and didn't get it back.
Somebody else was doing something else vigorously with your collection. So that's my question. How long before a robot becomes as accepted as that?
Oh, dude,
In our lifetime.
Yeah, in your lifetime.
Yeah.
But
how in far, the bum's lifetime.
How far into? I'm just wondering when I can get one. How far into?
I don't know. What does the bum have left? 15?
He said in mine. Oh, in ours? He shared it. Ours.
I said ours. Sorry.
Okay. So
mine being the shortest.
So like Bruno's gonna have one of these things.
Oh yeah, for sure. 2 of them.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, because you already got like fleshlights and shit like that.
Yeah. Dude, Pedro Pascal was in the Great Wall.
You
never saw that.
Oh yeah, you guys didn't say anything. So.
That's some Asian.
Yeah.
All right. He's all over the place, dude. Come
With
on.
Matt Damon and well, I don't know if it's Matt Damon. William Dafoe's in it.
He's in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. As like a bisexual freak, right?
The gay viper, I think they call him.
He's also in We Can Be Heroes, whatever the hell that is.
We Can Be Heroes. He's in fucking The Mandalorian.
That was like his Narcos was his big thing, right?
Was Narcos before Game of Thrones?
Narcos was early 2000s.
2015, I think.
Easy,
no.
buddy.
Sorry.
But
that's
by the
after
way,
Game of Thrones, though.
Game of Thrones was like 2015 to 2019.
Okay. Good show.
By the way, just because I heard the name Matt Damon and then before that we were talking DVDs, this is how I'm going to put this together. I sent you this not too long ago. I saw something where Matt Damon, they were asking Matt Damon like, why are movies so shitty now?
He's married to an Argentinian, by the way.
Yeah. And his answer was kind of interesting. He said that what has killed movies is no more DVDs.
How does that?
So his logic is that, and he gave the example. You ever seen that movie that he was in called Rounders?
Oh yeah,
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's actually a good movie. But you know what? That
got
movie
big on DVD.
Exactly. That movie did not do well in the box office, but it had almost like a second showing that became super popular. And what he's saying is that now, because there's not that extra market from the DVDs where almost a movie gets re-released, studios have to make sure that whatever they're going to put out is going to be super successful. So they tend to go with all of the IP movies because, you know,
they know they'll have a following.
It comes with a built-in following already, and they don't have to worry about generating that following.
But my argument to that would be, isn't streaming providing what that DVD would provide back then? Like now, just released on Netflix or now on Amazon Prime.
Peacock. It's funny because he made it seem like the residuals or whatever of streaming is somehow nowhere near what the DVDs was. And I don't know if that's because not everybody has the internet, which is hard to believe. But I thought it was an interesting answer.
So I guess what he's saying is the money is less on streaming versus what it would have been on DVDs.
Apparently.
and Blockbuster or buying the DVD at the
Yes.
store or whatever. Yeah,
And he gets
I gotta tell you,
he's-
back in the day, I would fucking risk it. I would see a fucking cool cover at fucking Best Buy, and I'll be like, "Fuck it, I'll buy it."
yes.
Which
Yes.
I go and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I gotta pay $3 for this. I don't know if I want to watch it."
Well, and then he got into the whole thing about how movie theaters, you know, have gone down from the sense that now, you know, you got to reserve your seat, and you know, after COVID, like movie theaters, you know, became less popular.
Yeah.
And that whole thing, so it's a combination of things, the DVDs, the movie theaters, the fact that everything is mostly IP and nobody takes chances on really like unique ideas because they can't afford to.
Well, that was
'Cause-
Francis Ford Coppola's statement when they gave him the Razzie. He was like, I'll gladly accept this award because I'm the only one willing to take some chances and not do all this fucking canned stuff. I want to see the movie just to see how bad it really is, Megalopolis. But I know we're getting like way less movies every year. Just they're making less of them because, yeah, I guess they want to make sure whatever they're making is a hit.
Matt Damon was in Eurotrip with that chick that died.
There's the tie-in. Matt Damon's
Yep.
in a lot of fucking shit, dude.
He's like another Pascal.
Yeah, and he's fucking Bostonian too. Him and fucking his fuck friend. What's his name?
Ben Affleck.
Mark Wahlberg.
That
Oh.
fucking guy too. But yeah, Ben Affleck. But yeah, they're all fucking get in the car.
I also read something where he seriously told Affleck that he should not jump into that J-Lo shit again. And apparently he was right. You know, he's one of the rarities. You mentioned that he's with an Argentinian chick, but you know, there's not too many people in Hollywood that are just married for a long time.
Yeah, apparently he met her like at Starbucks or some shit like that. Like she was giving him his order or something, and then he went behind the counter and started making drinks with her. He got just like a regular gal.
Frappino.
There's an interview about him talking to going to see like a Boca River in Argentina one time, Tank.
They
where,
met
like,
in Miami.
Is that right? He asked the dad that he wanted to go to a game, and the dad was like, "Okay, but no women or children, just me and you." I don't remember if they're Boca or River. Have you watched any Boca lately, dude?
I've seen clips that I'm not happy about.
Dude, they got fucking out of the fucking Libertadores.
Today?
No, this week on
Oh.
Tuesday. Not even like the group stage. They're gonna fire the coach probably. They might have fired him already.
They gotta fire the whole organization.
Dude, they just spent a shitload of money to bring a shitload of players for that fucking Club World Cup, and
It's not looking good.
nah, dude, un papelón.
Cavani missed a sitter, dude.
Dude, he missed like 4 goals today.
Excuse me.
What was the last movie that you guys went to in the movie house? Well, I get you guys got
The movie house, he
Movie
said.
house. What?
Yeah,
What is that next to the outhouse? What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
you guys got smaller kids, so I bet you've gone recently.
Yeah, I went to take my daughter recently.
Yeah.
I will struggle to remember the last movie I saw.
I can't remember what it was.
You know what the last movie I saw in the theater was?
Moana 2.
No, it was one of the prequels
That's what I saw.
that they re-released.
I think I was Oppenheimer.
And now they're going to release Revenge of the Sith, and Bruno wants to go watch it. We're probably going to go watch it. I think we saw
And Hooters after?
episode 1. Yeah, let's do it. I want to go to
You
Twin
went to see episode 1 in the movies?
Yeah, they just re-released it like last year or something. Yeah.
You guys saw episode 1 in the theater's original release?
I did.
I did. I saw it in New York, if I'm not mistaken. And
And why? It was like, was there already like a Star Wars fandom when the movie came out.
Oh my god.
Oh, they were desperately waiting for that movie.
There was a
For
Star Wars
years.
fandom in 1977.
It was like it was a comic before the movies.
No, but like when it originally came out and people first saw it, there was like this fucking
Boom.
yeah, and like everybody had to go see it. Movies were different back then. It was more like, oh my god, a bunch of people watched it and a bunch of people liked it, and now we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go back. Like when The Exorcist came out and shit. It was now you know about a movie a year or two before they're hyping it up. Back then it was more like it came out, it was good, and then like it like gets its own life.
But that's what I was saying. No, like the movie came out, and that's when Star Wars happened.
We got to remember, Episode 1 is a prequel.
Oh no, I'm talking about the first movie.
Oh, okay.
When was that released?
77.
I went to see that.
But it was
my cousin took me.
That was Episode 4.
Right. I get that. I'm just saying the first one that came out.
Yeah.
But like, was there something before that, or that's when Star Wars started?
There may have been a comic briefly before it, or during it, or after. I don't know.
So like, it wasn't like a big thing. It was
no.
just like,
It started small, but it became a smash that just fucking, took over.
It was actually, you know what? The
sort of like Jaws.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say the summer blockbuster started with Jaws.
Yeah. An inadvertent summer blockbuster.
Yes, because Jaws was actually released in the summer. It was about a shark, obviously, the beach. It was all summer related, right? So that was like the summer blockbuster. And then after that,
do we even get summer blockbusters anymore?
We used to. Remember, Will Smith was big into those.
Independence Day, Milton's favorite movie of all time.
Yes.
What are summer blockbusters? Movies that come out during the summer?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Independence Day was one. Jaws was the first.
I mean, Star Wars was released in May of 77, but that's the summer for the most part.
Was Men in Black a summer blockbuster?
It may have been.
Parenthood.
He also had
I don't consider
a lot
Parenthood.
of duds.
They're mostly like highly produced, a lot of stars, later a lot of special effects, and like
National Lampoon's Animal House, number 74. The Fly.
Those are considered summer blockbusters?
Yeah, 75 summer blockbusters of all time.
Skip. Move up to the top. Go to the top 10 there.
Blockbusters, man.
How to Train Your Dragon 2. They're gonna do that movie live action.
Yeah, I heard.
Let me see. How do I fucking?
What's the top 10?
Top 10 blockbusters of all time, man. Come on,
blockbusters.
It's a blockbuster, man.
I'm trying to skip. I don't know how the fuck to do it. All right, here.
Transformers, I think, was a
Transformers.
Drag Me to Hell. Wow, look at that.
Jesus, I don't even know what that
I went to the movie theaters like 4 times to watch that movie.
Drag Me to Hell?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly.
Is that about time traveling knights?
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a shitty movie.
Why'd you see it 4 times?
I was with a chick, and I don't know why. We just kept going to see that movie. That's number 45. Number 44, Risky Business. What do you think about that?
I don't consider that a summer blockbuster.
But it must have come out in the summer.
Blockbuster, man.
Spider-Man 2, 43.
Yes, that I would consider a summer blockbuster. And Spider-Man 1.
Hero.
I don't even know what that is.
It's an Asian movie. Jet Li.
He's a blockbuster.
What number are you at?
42.
Jesus.
Get me into the top 20 at least, bro.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is number 41.
That makes sense.
Wow.
Unforgiven.
See, I don't consider
Wow.
that.
Gene Hackman.
Yep, good movie. I recommend it.
Yes, very good.
Number 40. Wow, Morgan Freeman is in it.
Yep,
It's directed by Clint Eastwood.
yep,
With Clint Eastwood in it.
Yeah.
yep.
What do you guys think of that?
A director
Dude.
acting his own movie.
Yeah.
Think about how
I
good
think you got to
that
be a
guy
good
is.
actor and director to do it.
That guy made some great movies, and then he became a director and made some great movies as a director.
And won an Oscar, right, as best director.
For that one, I think that was I think that may have won Best Picture and Best Director.
Yeah,
And he did that also for $1 Million Baby.
yeah, but I didn't think those were blockbusters.
Wow. We're not really sure what blockbusters are. Is that something that happens to black people?
Dang, dude. Unforgiving got Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting
Yeah.
Actor, Best Film Editing, Best Actor, Best Original Screenplay, Best Production Design, Best Cinematography, and Best Sound Mixing.
Well, that's a blockbuster, man.
3, 6.
But it's not really a blockbuster.
Apollo 13, number 38.
I would consider that a blockbuster.
Ugh.
But it was like they made it. You know, it was like big. There was a lot of hoopla. There has to be. Some
You know what's a blockbuster for me? Back to the
Blockbuster.
Future.
Absolutely.
The Fugitive,
Mhm.
That actually
Truman
was.
Show, Mad Max 2,
Mad Max.
The Bourne Ultimatum, Jurassic Park,
Yes.
Jurassic
Blockbuster,
That was a blockbuster.
Blackbuster.
Wait, eso es un blockbuster. De verdad, güey.
All right, let's see. Top 30s.
Spielberg
Guardians of the
is
Galaxy.
big on these. What,
Guardians,
Yeah, that's like a modern.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
100%.
Why do you guys like all the fucking old movies, dude?
Because those are the good
Every time I
ones,
say
man.
a newer one, you guys are like,
Because, dude, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, part 105 Marvel. You know, like, come on, bro.
Babe.
That's a pig movie, right?
Yeah.
Is a real.
It's number 28, Blockbuster.
It's a pig bluster.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That was a blockbuster.
Yeah.
It was.
It was.
Iron Giant.
Really?
What?
Yeah, Iron Giant.
What is it?
The Iron Giant.
I don't know what that is.
That is a good movie. It's an animated movie about a robot and a kid. Like a
Bull,
giant
Dur-
robot.
Bull Durham.
I didn't know that was a blockbuster.
I did not. That one I didn't know.
It's a good
Back
movie.
to the Future, number 24.
He mentioned that, yes.
Absolutely.
Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
You know, when there's so many of them, it makes me not, but I know the Mission Impossible ones are huge.
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yes. The original.
Old. It's old. Yes.
Airplane. 1980.
I would not consider that a blockbuster. Hilarious. Have you ever seen
Yeah,
that, Frank?
I do like
No,
it.
is that with
Oh my god, dude! If you're ever one day on the couch and like you want to laugh, dude, watch this.
Who is that?
And you
with?
want to laugh at stupid shit.
That's that.
Hilarious.
Oh, I think my cousin was just telling me about this movie from Argentina.
He's got a drinking problem. He, like spills the drink all over himself.
He told me. He explained to me. He said it's like an old, like a scary movie. You guys seen Scary Movie?
Yes.
It's like a parody.
A spoof. Yeah.
It's a spoof.
Like they're flying an airplane the whole time, and then like halfway you're watching it, and then you realize, oh my god, there's the sound of a propeller the whole time that they're flying, but it's really a fucking airplane. You know?
Jet.
There should not be a propeller sound coming out.
Chicken Run.
No, come on.
That's a blockbuster, dude.
No, man.
Big. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
That we're already getting to the top 20, bum.
All right.
Let's go.
Hopefully some good shit here.
Big was 19.
By the way, how are these ranked? By the biggest?
The
biggest.
I don't know.
Money,
It's probably
money
opinion.
making? Okay.
No, it's probably opinion. Episode 5, number 18.
Okay.
The Avengers, number 17.
Yeah.
The first one.
Absolutely.
Aliens, number 16.
100%.
Ratatouille.
I
They
did
get
see
me with
that
the
movie.
animated shit, dude.
I saw that with my kids.
Somehow,
Iron Man, the first one,
Yeah,
blockbuster.
Black Bastard.
Blockbuster.
Wally, good fucking movie.
Yes, I remember seeing that in Sarasota with the kids little. when
Dude,
it
the
came
animated
out.
shit gets me. I don't respect it as much for some reason.
Jaws,
Absolutely.
That's
number
the best.
12. Deathly Hollows, part 2, number 11.
All right.
But that's part 7 already, dude. A New Hope, number 10. All right, we're getting in there.
Yep.
Star Trek,
That-
number 9.
Star Trek.
Which one?
The new one, right?
2009.
Ugh.
Makes sense though.
The Dark Knight, number 8.
100.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's a black
Respect
bastard.
That's a
man.
blockbuster.
Finding Nemo.
Mm.
No, that's a blockbuster, dude.
Hey.
Up. Back to back.
I saw that
Too
with
much
the
fucking
kids.
Pixar, dude. Too much fucking Pixar, dude.
Alien, number 5.
All right.
Toy Story 3, number 4.
Y dale.
Inside Out, number 3. Fury Road, number 2.
That's a banger, dude.
Let's see if you guys can get the number 1. It's from your time. It's
Is that Independence Day?
no, it's not even on the list. I
Wow,
think.
Independence Day is not on this list. I don't respect your list.
Well, I mean, he started at 74, and I made him jump up to like 40,
Yeah.
and then he.
Yeah, but dude, Independence Day has to be in the top 20.
What about okay, so this one, your time. I'll tell you Spielberg is the director.
Of course.
E.T.
Ah, I got it.
Black Bastard.
That's a blockbuster.
A lot of fucking a blockbuster. What? That's a lot of Spielberg, but way more fucking Pixar, right?
Yeah.
So, how is that organized? By what? Money?
I don't know, man. Awards leaderboard. The Substance. 90% tomatoes, 105 wins.
That's a blockbuster.
No, this is just something else. This
Oh,
is
okay.
a
That's the
That's
Demi
a-
Moore movie, right?
A blockbuster.
I don't know. Have you guys seen this movie Honora?
No, Nora, no Nora for me.
A lot of naked chicks.
I'll check it out.
She's a stripper who like meets the son of an oligarch, goes to her strip club, and they get married, and a whole bunch of shit happens.
This probably happens in real life a lot.
Yeah, I think so. Black Bastard. Let me see if I can see how that was ranked.
I bet he showed her his blockbuster. Sorry.
In defense of Blockbuster, Rotten Tomatoes offers you best summer movies, a countdown of the highest rated wide release to hit theaters during the hot season since the release of Jaws in 75. We're using a weighted formula that takes tomato meter, the number of reviews, and the year of release into account.
Then you have those other movies that are like holiday release,
Like
movies.
Vacation.
Or also that are just released around that time, because that's a big movie time, especially for Jewish people that don't celebrate Christmas. That's like a big movie day. Did you guys know that?
They go
Which
to the
day?
theaters.
Yeah,
Which day?
Christmas.
Oh yeah, the movie house.
They go to the movie house and
They go to the old
Chinese
movie
house. And to the China
Oh,
house.
the movie
You want to go to the
house.
picture show, kids?
What about Pearl Harbor? Blockbuster or no?
That was a
dude.
blockbuster.
Yeah, dude. And I like
Independence Day.
that. Of course. Where are they on the list? This is a different.
No,
level.
this is just like I looked it up and it's giving me random movies. The Rock,
Oh, okay. With fucking Nick Cage. shit.
96.
Yeah.
Ocean's 11,
Those were big events. I remember.
Day After Tomorrow, Blockbuster.
I just saw. That's with Tom Cruise, right?
No,
No, that's with Gyllenhaal, I think is his name. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid. They put that movie like on TV every other day.
Forrest Gump, dude. Blockbuster.
Banger. What's the one I'm thinking of with Tom Cruise? War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually pretty good.
I just saw that recently with the kids.
Deep Impact.
Black.
Oh, that's a porno.
Titanic, dude.
Blockbuster.
Porno.
Stargate.
I love that movie.
I
Blockbuster.
haven't seen it.
The original.
Yeah,
What-
94.
What's the original?
That one.
I thought there was only one. I know there was a show.
Oh, dude,
maybe that's what I'm confused.
in the Razzies, there was a worst actor of the century.
Who was
You guys
that?
know who got it?
Hold on, let me guess.
It was for the year 2000.
Not Dwayne Johnson?
No, that's not a bad guess though.
Who is it?
Give us a hint.
I'm gonna give you a hint. He was in the Rocky movies.
That's Stallone, bro.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here. He always plays the same guy. Hey, yo.
yeah, he does do that.
Hey,
Air Force One, or not Blockbuster.
Was Air Force One related to another movie? No, that was The Fugitive is related to another movie, right?
Yes, U.S. Marshals.
Okay.
Which one is the Batman with Jack Nicholson as the Joker?
That's the 1989 Batman.
Yeah.
with Keaton. That
I
was a
actually like
blockbuster.
that movie.
That was a
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah,
blockbuster.
that was a blockbuster.
You know what's funny, dude? I saw some of these in the theater. I saw Jurassic Park in the theater.
I did too.
I saw that one with my mom, dude.
You saw
Jurassic
E.T.?
Park?
No, the 1989 Batman.
Oh.
She probably doesn't remember that.
Did you see E.T. in the theaters?
No,
I did not see
What
it.
about Matrix?
I did not see that in the theaters.
No, I didn't see
What about Castaway?
that. I saw in the theater.
Not in the theater.
Spider-Man.
You think that's a depressing movie?
Castaway?
Yeah.
I
Little
like,
bit.
I like the movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
It has a happy ending.
Does it?
Nah, because his wife is with somebody else.
But he meets that other chick with the package.
I don't remember
She had a
that.
package? France?
Remember the one package he keeps to deliver
Yeah,
that,
with the wings.
that keeps him going? Yeah, with the wings. At the end of the movie, they don't make it obvious, but he's on that road and he meets her, and then like he could go meet, to her house or not. You don't know if he does or doesn't, but it's implied that maybe he does.
That Tom Hanks, man, he makes some good movies.
Yeah, I don't like that guy, but I do like that movie.
Did you guys
Yeah.
watch the whale one with this guy?
What'd you call me?
A whale.
Oh, you know what? I've been wanting to see that movie.
Moby Dick?
Guys, look at my skin tag.
Dude, that
Thanks
thing's
for sharing
I
that.
think the guest should put its own little fucking screen in the bottom. He could have his own login to the show.
The whale is with Brandon
Yeah,
Fraser.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's the one where he gets real fat.
Yeah, he won Best Actor for that.
Yeah.
He's a gay whale, right?
I think so.
That's not a blockbuster, man.
All right,
All
guys.
right.
All right. On that note, on the gay whales,
The gay whales. Armageddon.
Gay
Blockbuster.
whales.
Blockbuster.
What's Miss Tess Matcher?
Did you hear Miss Tessmacher? That's what.
Would you put that on, Miss Tasmaga?
Yeah, that's how he always called his.
All right,
it looked
let's
like
end.
his
Let's end it on that.
Oh, but hold
Yes.
on. Before we do that, I just Deep Impact. Remember that one?
The porno, yes.
No, movie. Do you remember that movie?
It came out around the time of Armageddon, and I always got those two confused.
Right. And I'm not even sure if I know which one is which. But there was one that Ben Affleck and Bruce Willis were in.
That's
And-
Armageddon.
And then he shits on that movie because he says, "You're telling me that it was easier to train drillers to become astronauts? Wouldn't it have been easier to teach the astronauts how to fucking drill than get these fucking drilling fucking monkey wrench motherfuckers, and that's
a very good thing. Yeah,
that's how he says that movie's just the whole premise is ridiculous. Anyways, let's end on
I'm sharing it.
Tessmacher.
Let's Tessmacher.
We're gonna get demonetized.
Mitch Tessmacher!
Dude, she was hot, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, Lex?
Where's the rocket now?
Miss Tessmacher! Yes, Miss Grant. Does this dressing look...
Mitch Tessmacher!
All right, we'll end it on that.
Peace.